good.
Could I be dreaming? Is this really real? Is there something magic? The way that I feel in your arms tonight. The closer you get, oh yeah, the further I fall. I'll be over the edge now in no time at all. I'm falling faster and faster and faster with no time to stall. The closer you get, the further I fall. Keep falling, oh yeah, yeah, falling. Falling, oh yeah, yeah, I'm falling. Yes, I'm falling. Yes, I'm falling.
All right, football fans, welcome to the SVC Game of the Week, presented to you by Tomlinson Insurance.
The closer you get, oh yeah, the further I fall. I'll be over the edge now in no time at all. I'm falling faster and faster and faster with no time to stall. Oh yeah, the closer you get, the further I fall. The closer you get, the further I fall.
Chillicothe's home for the legends of country. 100.9
right.
Hank FM.
The Tomlinson Insurance SVC Game of the Week is on the air. The SVC on XIZ is also brought to you by your local McDonald's restaurants, Ross County Banking Center, Chillicothe Signs and Screen Printing, Greenwalt Lawn and Landscape, Recreations, The Lunchbox, Monroe's Collision, and Kingston National Bank. The Tomlinson Insurance SVC Game of the Week starts now.
Well, good evening, everyone. Welcome to week number 2, actually our third game. Greg Pregame, Jaron Cox, and we're kind of deep down in Pike County. A chance to see the Eagles of Eastern High School match up against the SVC foe of the Huntsmen of Huntington. Jaron, the first number one, we're kind of looking directly, hopefully directly. I don't know why I didn't bring my sunglasses. Jaron was smart enough, but kind of looking directly into that sun. But we'll make it through. Beautiful night tonight. Nice facility here at Eastern. They've been extremely successful. And talking around, everyone says, hey, I think you got a good game. This should be a good one. You were telling me Huntington almost has all their starters back. Eastern's coming off an undefeated season into the playoffs, won several games. They got a lot of their key people back. So this should be, on paper, a good one.
Yeah, first of all, I think I had to coach a girls basketball all-star game many years ago, and I don't even know if they had a football field at that point, to be honest with you, but really nice setting out here. You got the football field and track right in front of us. Hopefully in like an hour, that sun will be behind the trees straight ahead of us, and we'll be able to see a little bit better, but a nice baseball, softball field behind us. Everything just looks new here. Kudos to Beaver Eastern High School here, having a nice facility. But, yeah, this should be a really good matchup, Greg. These two teams played last year, and Eastern won 34-7. But as you mentioned, Huntington's got every starter back except for one. And, I was able to talk to Coach Beeler a little bit over the summer. He really was kind of disappointed in how his boys played against Eastern last year. And they got a lot of key pieces back, Greg, and I think it starts with Frank Hirsch, the quarterback. He is a junior now, I believe, and he kind of runs the show for him. He's a really good thrower. He's a good runner. You got Isaac Taylor in the backfield. He's healthy. He had a really good year last year. He was first team all SVC, first team all district. And then you got Dalton Nichols, you got Carson McNeil, Jack, Wes Hamilton. You just got a lot of good guys back for Huntington, and they finished strong last year. The last 4 games they finished 2-2, kind of built momentum, and Coach Beeler has really got those kids to buy in out there at Huntington. They've had a good off season and the weight room, and I really feel like things are heading in the right direction. We talked about them there the opening night down there at Portsmouth. Maybe this is a team that's fighting to get in that top half of the SVC, and that's a big deal for Huntington, right? It's one of the smaller schools in the SVC, and I think tonight is a good judging point, I guess, a good judgment game for them to see where they're at, because like you said, Eastern 10-0 last year. They finished 13-1. They got all the way to the regional finals, I believe, before getting knocked out. And they're coming off a 13-6 win over South Point last week. And from what I hear, it wasn't the cleanest game. They left 4 or 5 possessions down in the red zone, wasn't able to convert. And they've got Coach Tomlinson. He's been there, quite a few years, and so I'm sure that he spent some time this week trying to clean things up. But the more I talk to people around the area, this may be the best game in Southern Ohio here this week. So I'm really excited.
Yeah, interesting. I was here early trying to get set up and talked to a gentleman down there. He told me he's on the school board, and he's been on, I don't know, like 12 years. And he was telling me he was very proud of the school district. This is the 10th year, he told me, for football. And he said, I was on the school board, and I think he said it was Coach Tomlinson come in and said, hey, I'd like to start a football program, and I'll see that everything's furnished. I'm not asking to spend any money. And he raised money, and put some in himself. He raised money. He was telling me like a car repair shop painted the helmets. First year they had all different kind of color helmets. But he said we got started, and it turned around. It turned pretty quickly. They were very successful. And in year number 4, they came back, and the school board. And in the beginning, the school board was not sanctioning it. Parents had to take them to the football games. So it was an interesting story, but it's gotten very quick success for Eastern. Obviously, it is a school sport now. They've got good numbers out, and as you just said, they were 13-1. They've been very successful. And we were talking. I said, in my heyday, you think about Eastern and Western, I'm thinking about basketball.
Right.
And still good basketball in Pike County. But as he said, Western does not have football, but Eastern has, and have been very successful at it under Coach Tomlinson. So we shall see. I think the key point you made, I think we'll see what happens. This could be a key measuring stick for Huntington. I think we'll find a lot out about the Huntsmen. They feel like they should be improved this year, and they're going up against a very good football team. You are listening to the Tomlinson Insurance SVC Game of the Week on the home of the SVC, 100.9 WXIZ. Jared and I will be back. We'll talk a little more pregame, take a look at the starting lineups for the Huntsmen right after this.
Community for many years, offering families caring and sympathy in a time of loss.
When my husband passed away, our family came from all over
go
the
ahead.
country.
Vanessa, give me 2 minutes. Thanks.
For families large or small, we extend our sympathies and ourselves. It would be our privilege to
At Tomlinson Insurance, we've been protecting families, farms, and businesses since 1853. From auto, home, farm, life, or health, we tailor coverage that fits your world. With multiple carriers to meet your insurance needs. Real people, real service, local agents who can answer the phone and care when it matters most. Tomlinson Insurance. Let our history be your future. Call or stop by today.
Looking for a home away from home for your furry friend? Welcome to Red Woof Inn, where tails wag and dreams come true. At Red Woof, we offer spacious play areas, cozy naps, and personalized care from our dedicated team. Whether your pup loves fetch or just snuggling, we've got it covered. Our facilities are top-notch, and our staff are dog lovers through and through. From playtime adventures to treat-filled cuddle sessions, we ensure your pup has a blast. Give your dog a vacation they'll love at Red Woof Inn, located on Old Dixon Road in MacArthur. Call 740-649-8640 to book your fur baby stay while spots are still available.
Integrity. It's a small word with a big meaning, and it's one we hold dear at Ross County Banking Center. That means we work hard every day to do what's right, even when no one's looking. We treat people the way we want to be treated, volunteer in our communities, and keep a watchful eye to safeguard our customers. At Ross County Banking Center, we strive to do that better every day. Find more information on our website, vcnbfamily.bank, or visit one of our physical locations. Member FDIC.
Looking for a job that works with your life? Your local McDonald's is now hiring. Join a team that's all about flexibility, growth, and a fun, fast-paced work environment.
At McDonald's, we're more than just burgers. We're part of the community. From supported local events to helping neighbors in need, we're proud to give back.
Apply today at your local Chill Coffee or Waverly McDonald's or McHire.com. We'd love to have you on the team.
Ba-dum-bum-bum-bum. I'm loving it.
Call 740-7.
Last week over Madison Plains. Actually, the league had a pretty good week in week one. Obviously, Uniota won big. Zane Trace won big. Piketon won big. Westfall won their game. Huntington won their game. So they had a very good week last week as far as the Soda Valley Conference, and we'll be at Westfall next week. Both bands here tonight. Obviously, the Eagle Band, and I see the Huntsman Band down in the end zone. I would guess that's the south end zone, looking out. And again, the sun's getting a little bit better here, Jaron, as we get set for tonight's kickoff about 5 minutes away. And by the way, I think Eastern won the toss. They deferred, and Huntsman will get the ball first tonight to start the ball game. Again, some names for the Eagles. Jaron mentioned some of the Huntsmen back this year, but the quarterback, Eric Manley for Eastern, 6'6", 230 senior. We understand last year was the first year he played football, and looks like he can throw the ball. Their wide receivers are Benjamin Bauer, another senior, Carson Peters, another senior, and Robert Webb, a junior. The running backs are a pair of sophomores. They are Jack Montgomery, a sophomore, and Trey Kelly, a sophomore. The running backs, 180, 190. Quarterback is 230. The wide receivers, 175, 185. This is a big football team, and we'll see how Huntington matches up.
Yeah, I think the basketball coach needs to recruit this quarterback. You don't see many 6'6", 6'7" kids down here in small communities like this, but he doesn't play basketball. But just watching him out here in the pregame, man, he looks like he's got a real cannon on him as an arm. He looked real confident in warm-ups, like he's kind of in control of what things go on. And I think the one thing, I'll be honest, I think Huntington getting the ball first, I think that's what they wanted, Greg. They're mostly a running team.
Are they going to be ball control, right?
Ball control, and let's find out early how that offensive line is going to hold up. And they, like I said, they got some multiple weapons. They can run the ball too. Frankie Hirsch is back. But the other thing on defense for them, we talked about Manley, a really big arm, some receivers coming back, is Huntington forced a couple turnovers last week. Frankie Hirsch, the quarterback, also had an interception on defense. Troy McDonald Jr., interception return for a touchdown last week. So two big turnovers there. And then you had Carson and Jackson McNeil. Both had 2 sacks apiece. And Rhett Phipps came in with a sack last week also. So I think what they're going to need to do is get pressure on the quarterback early and make him get rid of the ball. Don't let him utilize the big arm that he was showing off here in warm-ups. And, make him throw the check down throws real quick, maybe get some blitzes and stuff like that. And, the one thing I was looking at as I was going through Huntington's roster, Greg, is they got a bunch of coaches, and they got some guys down there that have kind of been around a while, some Huntington guys. Chad Lytle, a big star back in the day for Huntington. Kyle Urick's helping out this year.
I talked to Kyle.
Yeah, girls basketball coach
Yes.
for quite a few years now. He's a Huntington guy. And then Bill Davidson, head coach at Chillicothe for a while. He's helping out. And, some other names, Alex Grove, Terry Deal, Jake Carroll, Sam Lane, some guys that have been around, some Huntington guys, and it looked like they had about one coach for every maybe 2 or 3 players. So, but anyway,
good staff.
Going on a spiel right there. Yeah. But I think what that shows you is people are getting excited about Huntington football. They want to be a part of it. And like I said, Coach Beeler's done a really good job of kind of building things up here, rebuilding, and I think Huntington's got a good run in him here the next couple years. So
again, Frankie Hirsch, the quarterback. Jaron mentioned those 2 running backs, Isaac Taylor, Evan Thomas, the seniors. Their front line, up on the line, Jaden Moore, Caden Birchfield, Luke George, Jared Johnson, and Carson Smith. Now you got junior, only one senior, that's Moore, and then George being a sophomore. So a little bit young up front with the one senior, but juniors. But as you said, a lot of those guys got experience playing last year for the Huntsmen. Huntsmen will get the ball first. We are about set to go. Glad to have you along on our Tomlinson SVC Game of the Week here from Eastern High School. Well, they got all lined up, ready to kick, and got mixed up which way they were going, so they're going to have to switch ends of the field.
I don't know if there's real advantage because the sun is really straight ahead of us, so neither one of the teams should be looking directly into it.
Yeah, again, we're on the looking directly west from in the eastern stands here. I tell you what, they are like their football. They are full, really filling up on this side. Pretty good crowd on hand across the field from Huntington, but again, that sun right over the top of the bleachers on the Huntington side, right into the eyes of everybody here on the eastern sidelines. Eastern in their brown and orange, brown uniforms, white helmets, trimmed in orange. The Huntsmen, of course, black pants, white jerseys, green helmets, trimmed obviously in that Huntsman green. We are set to go. Ball will be kicked off. Long end-over-end kick going down, taken at the 10-yard line for the Huntsmen. I believe it's McDonald out to the 25, fighting for yardage. And gets out across the 25, maybe to the 26. And the Huntsmen will take it there, 1st and 10.
Yeah, this is kind of the matchup I want to see. The young offensive line for Huntington, how they're going to handle up front here. If they can open up some holes for Thomas and Taylor and give her some time. So again, this is the matchup I'm most excited about right here. Eastern looks like they got at least 3 big boys out there on the D line.
Mountain spot to bring the Huntington football onto the field. Eastern used their own football to kick. They'll bring a new pigskin out, set to go at the 26, and the Huntsmen line it up. They'll go in the pistol formation again with junior Frankie Hirsch, a quarterback. Single running back with him. That is Taylor. Now Taylor switches sides, still the only running back. Hirsch takes the snap, and he will hand it off to Taylor, right side. Got some running room, and he's got 8 or 9 yards off right tackle. Isaac looks like he's built pretty well. You talked about them lifting, getting a good lifting program. Very strong run there by Isaac Taylor.
Yeah, he kind of looks about the size of Bryce Johnson. I don't know if he has the same breakaway speed. But
last week at Zane Trace.
Yeah, that was a good opening play for Huntington right there.
McDonald and Hirsch are split to the left. Frankie Hirsch, the quarterback. Now they got 2 receivers left, 2 right. Again, 1 running back in the pistol. They'll same play again. Right tackle, 1st down, 50 yard line, and now falling backwards across. I checked that they were across the 40-yard line, but it is a 1st down. Another carry, same play to Taylor. A little bit of a delayed handoff off the pistol, and he went off right tackle for good yardage. They started at the 24, and they've picked up 17 yards and 2 carries.
Third time's a charm right here. If it's not
broke,
don't fix it. Yeah, I'd make them stop
it. Same formation, 2 left, 2 receivers to the right. And they do run the same play. Same Taylor's got 3 plus a tackle. Looked like he was going to be stopped for 1 yard. He will get to the 45 of Huntington and pick up about another 5 yards. Actually fell to the 46.
Yeah, I mean, right now you're thrilled if you're a Huntington fan. You're getting 5-6 yards a carry. Let's keep doing it. The one thing to take note of after that handoff, Hirsch, each time he's faking that throw out here. I mean, maybe he got the fake handoff and the quick pitch out here to one of their wide receivers here soon.
Two receivers split to the left. Now moving over on the right side is Carson McNeil. He's at a flanker position, same formation. A little bit of a reverse and not a lot of running room and no gain.
Yeah.
Reverse handed off to Evan Thomas, came from that flanker position, tight flanker position.
Yeah.
A little bit of a counter play. That time they faked it to Taylor off the right, gave it to him coming back, but took a little long and not a lot of running room. It'll stay. Let's keep it 3rd and 5, no gain on the play.
Yeah. Interesting to know what's going through Coach Beeler's mind right now, if this is 4-down territory or not. If you're running the football, you think it probably would be. Maybe a quick short pass here, maybe scrambling out, maybe a run-pass option.
They're going to throw it. 4 receivers out. Hirsch is going to scramble. Flag goes down. He does throw. Incomplete to Thomas, not able to catch it.
There is a flag on the play.
And the head referee in the backfield calls holding against Huntington.
Holding. They're going to decline that.
It'll be 3rd and 5.
So 4th down and 5, Greg.
5 yards for the Huntsmen.
Well, maybe they would look like they were down. Now they send in, looks like a punt team, about 5 or 6 new players coming in. They don't want to give up field position. Maybe 4th and 2, 4th and 1 might have tried it.
Maybe a time to try to draw them off sides right here, too, 4th and 5. So you know to do that a couple weeks ago.
Yeah, Zane Trace did it to. And it got the kick away. Coming downfield, takes a bounce for Huntington inside the 15 and down around the 10-yard line. Well, the Huntsmen were fortunate. That snap only got about halfway to the punter. Was McDonald punting?
Yeah, Troy McDonald.
McDonald did a great job. He must play baseball because he looked like a shortstop moving to the hole. He had to pick it off the ground and just did get it away and got a great bounce on it. All the way down, we'll check what the scoreboard says that the ball is.
Eagle drive to begin at the 11-yard line.
11-yard line. All the way down at the 11-yard line. Ball first time with the football for the Eagles. Again, their 6'6" quarterback, Eric Manley. Montgomery and Kelly, the running backs. Only one back right now with Manley.
It's like they spread the field here.
Yeah, they really have it spread out.
3 wide receivers.
Manley takes the snap. He's going to look to throw on first down. Throws to the sidelines. Oh, batted away by Huntington and still caught by Eastern. Ball almost intercepted.
From quarterback Eric Manley, that's good for an Eastern Eagle.
Was that Thomas that got a hand on it?
I believe that was, he tipped the ball. He almost looked like he was going to tip it up to himself.
Yeah, I thought he was going to intercept it. Got one hand on it. The ball went straight up in the air and was caught by Eastern. And they get a first down.
That with an interception.
Oh, it'll be, yeah, sure would have. 1st and 10 for the Eagles. Single running back with Manley. They'll hand it off straight ahead, break into the outside, and not a lot of running room for Jack Montgomery, the sophomore. Good job. The Huntsman kind of came up quickly, got a hand on his ankle and tripped him up. Give him 2 yards, 2nd down and 8 for the Eagles. Greg Bigham and Jaron Cox here at Eastern High School. Just underway. Huntington picking up a first down and then winding up punting the football.
Second down and 8. Again, man, the thing about this quarterback, he's so tall, he can see right over top of the O-line and D-line. So, you got to disguise some coverage.
Trip receivers to the left, single receiver split right. They're going to throw it again, roll to the left. Manley looking. Throws it deep down the left side near the sideline and incomplete right at the 50-yard line. Pretty good coverage.
Flag back by the quarterback.
Number 13, Trey Kelly,
roughing the passer.
There's a flag on the play.
Yeah, that's a tough break on the Huntsmen.
Man. That was, the one thing is, in today's world of football, it's all about protecting the quarterback. I didn't think that was a hard hit, but he was down on his back, and I kind of watched the ball. I did see a couple Huntington players around him.
Yep, forgot to turn his microphone off. Our head official tonight looks like he's I'll tell you what, before the game, he can barely, I shouldn't talk about being old, but he's kind of got a, not sure he can run up and down the field. He's kind of up there near, doesn't move very well, but he's made both calls tonight. I don't think Huntington's coaching staff agreed with that call. But Jaron's right. Sometimes you're going to protect the quarterback if there's any contact at all. 1st and 10 on the run, not much gain. So far, the run's been ineffective for the Eagles, but they've gotten 2 breaks on pass plays. Penalty roughing the passer got him a first down. The other time was a almost Huntington interception, got tipped in the air, was still caught for a first down.
Yeah, the D-line's done a nice job here. If they can do that all game, make Eastern one-dimensional, maybe you can try some different things in the defensive backfield.
2 receivers to the left, 2 to the right. Single running back with Manley. They stay in the shotgun pistol as well. Manley's going to run it himself, left side. He's got 5, he's got 6. He's breaking tackles, and he's got 9, 10 yards for a first down. Well, the difference there is that guy weighs 230 pounds, and they couldn't get him down.
Yeah, just a little bit of a different look right there. Just a simple quarterback run right up the middle out of the shotgun. And when you do that, what you do is basically that allows you to block one more position. And so let's see if Eastern kind of comes back to that here more often as the game goes on.
First down for the Eagles, their 3rd first down. They began this at their own 11-yard line, and they are now in Huntington territory. In big part, that one big penalty. They'll run it straight ahead. Montgomery doesn't have much running room. He may lose a yard.
I think he lost a yard right there.
Again, running the pistol, the handoff is about 4 or 5 yards deep. Huntington's getting good penetration.
Yeah, Carson McNeil, is doing a really good job at getting through that line. I don't know if he's had every tackle in these run plays, but he's definitely been in there, and he was the first Huntsman to get a hold of him right there.
Again, bear with us. We are looking directly into a brutal sun. Very difficult to see. It's starting to cool off a bit, a little bit of a breeze. Another nice Friday night for football. Okay, going to run it again. Montgomery, this time he's got a couple of yards. Somebody got a hand on his jersey, pulled him backwards. And now we got another flag from the far side.
Well, we had I'm not sure this is the penalty, but we had a good one-on-one blocking battle going on. Number 67 for Eastern lost his helmet, and then he threw number 33 down, but the penalty's on the opposite side of the field.
Yeah, the far linesman on the Huntington side of the field threw the flag. Now they're having a discussion. It was very little, maybe a gain of a yard. It would be 3rd and 9. Wow.
Just a 5-yard kind.
Yeah.
Was that Montgomery on the run again?
Yes, it was
I
Montgomery.
so.
Yeah, we got maybe a yard, so it'll stay 2nd down and bring up 2nd and 4. So far, every penalty flag so far going against the Hunts. Their defense is doing a great job.
Officials are going to gather here and talk about it.
I'm pausing here. I'm waiting for our head officials kind of
talking to the coach down here.
In charge out here.
2nd down and 3 for the Eagles.
So 2nd down after the penalty. So Huntington right now can call for a couple late penalties that have hurt them so far. Their defense has done a good job. Manley wants to throw, looking, and now we got flags down.
It looked like Drew Nichols. Is it Drew or Dalton? I think Dalton. Dalton was lined up in the neutral zone. That's going to be another 5-yard penalty. And that's 3 penalties against the Huntsmen for 25 yards. 4th first down for Eastern, the 2nd by penalty here.
Yeah, it's the story of the early going. We're down to 5:17 left in the first quarter. No score. Huntington had it first, 1 first down, and Right now, one nice run by Manley up the middle for Eastern, but otherwise it has been defensive penalties on Huntington have given the Eagles a first down several times here. Coach Beeler might be other saying, fellas, look, give us a break here. I know we're on the road, but there's a snap looking to throw. Manley looking, throws it over the middle. Got a man open down at the 15, down near the 10-yard line. Nice pass, complete down the middle to the running back. On the 11 or 12-yard line, first down on the pass.
That was a nice touch pass by Manley right there. He had to throw it over top. I think it was Isaac Taylor. Just kind of lobbed it over top of him right into Kelly's hands. Nice play by the Eagles.
So the Eagles trying to complete what would be an 89-yard touchdown drive. Now they go back to a power formation for the first time, I formation. Second man through to the 10. And down inside the 10, maybe the 7 or 8, Montgomery on the carry. Montgomery paused a moment, then went off to the left side and managed to pick up about 3 or 4. It'll be second down Eastern, and they are obviously in the red zone, actually inside the Huntsman 10-yard line.
Yeah, this is where they struggled some last week. I think I saw where they had 4 or 5 drives stall out in the red zone, and that's the first time they went under center power, so maybe that's a new wrinkle they put in this week.
Yeah, sometimes we're in that shotgun pistol. A little more difficult to run the football. Takes a little time, and this time they're going to go back to the pistol. Let's call
wide.
It. And another whistle.
Maybe a timeout.
Yeah, Huntington's going to call timeout. Let's take one as well. You're listening to the Tomlinson Insurance SVC Game of the Week on 100.9 WXIZ. Back in 30 seconds with more football.
It takes determination to create a successful business. It's never easy, but always worth it. It takes making a leap of faith. It takes patience and late nights to reinvest in a startup. But it also takes asking for guidance from dependable people. All to turn a dream into a reality. People's Bank. Working together, building success.
Out near midfield, punted. And then Eastern began at their own 11-yard line. And again, if you just joined us, penalties have really hurt the Huntington defense, but then a couple nice plays by Eastern. Nice pass play, and they're down now inside the 10-yard line. This is their first offensive possession. We're just under 4 minutes to go first quarter.
Yeah, if you look at the penalties that hurt them, it's been the 15-yard roughing the passer, the face mask over here on play, an incomplete pass and a run they had stopped for no gain.
Right.
And then you're lining up off in the neutral zone on defense. So those have really hurt the Huntsmen here early in the game.
Second down and 6 for the Eagles.
Eagles can get a first down just inside the 2. They're looking at a second down. They go to the shotgun, looking, well, over the middle. Intercepted, I believe. Intercepted. There's no signal yet.
Yep. The official, the back judge, they were talking about it. A nice job, I believe, by Dalton Nichols.
Pass intercepted by number 20, Dalton Nichols.
Nichols with the interception, diving in front of the receiver in the end zone. Just about the time the ball that the quarterback Manley let go, there was a backside rush. I think it might have been McNeil rushing.
Yeah.
And he got rid of it, and great interception. Big time defensive play.
Again, the red zone struggles for the Eastern Eagles.
Dalton Nichols, how about that? Dalton, one of the seniors on this ball club, and a long drive from the 11 all the way down inside the 10-yard line and stopped by the Huntsmen. So the Huntsmen will get it on their own 20 to start their second possession of the ball game.
81 yards right there on that drive for Eastern, and nothing to show for it.
Sometimes that'll obviously help the momentum a bit. Huntington, they'll go back to their
3 wide trips
same
to the
formation.
left.
Now they send a man in motion. That's Thomas. Snap back to Hirsch. Hirsch will hand it off right side and fighting for yardage out near the 25. And again, it's Isaac Taylor.
I believe that was Hamilton.
Number 19, Les Hamilton.
Okay.
Stop
Yeah.
me. Number 13, Trey Kelly.
The Huntington has ran the ball well on the right side of their offensive line here early in the game, Greg. If you think about what stalled them on offense the last time, they tried to double handoff on the reverse to come back to the left. But the right side with Taylor, the first few runs was working well. So they must have saw something on tape they liked over there.
Give them 5 yards on the carry, second down. Go with that same formation, and they'll run it again right side, and this time not as much running room.
Number 19, Les Hamilton.
So Hamilton this time he's in it to running back. So Hamilton, a junior,
67,
carried again.
I think he lost a yard right there. Have third and 6. That's a big play here. If nothing else, just to kind of get some field position back and give your defense a break. They were on the field for about 7 minutes right there. So
the other thing, deep in your own territory, there's at the 24. Their first time they punted, the snap was really bad. So I would think if they do have to punt, Eastern's going to send a lot of people after them. And now we got timeout. Huntington.
Second already here in the
So
first
they use their
quarter.
second timeout already. Keep it right here. Remind you our Tomlinson Insurance SVC Game of the Week brought to you by Tomlinson Insurance. Brought to you by your local McDonald's restaurants, by the Ross County Banking Center, Chillicothe Signs and Screen Printing, Greenwald Lawn and Landscape, The Lunchbox, Recreations, Kingston National Bank, and Monroe's Collision. And we have our T-shirt ready to go to our player we select tonight as Monroe's Collision of the game. Last week we gave it to the quarterback.
Yeah,
of course he was
Greg
on
McCullough,
defense.
absolutely, and he's a cornerback there for Zane Trace. But man, he had that huge hit there in the first quarter.
Knocked one of the Logan Elm guys about 10 yards out of bounds.
Yeah, went and talked to him after the game. He was thrilled to death to get that. So, congrats to Gunner, and we're still looking for a big hit tonight. But I thought after a couple of penalties here, I was worried, because Eastern was gaining confidence on that first drive, Greg, but a big interception. I was hoping maybe momentum can shift a little bit. And this play right here have a big way of shifting the momentum if they can get that first down.
Trips to the left side. And it now looks like and we roll to the left side. Hirsch looking, and now he launches it down the field. Got a man behind.
Oh, yeah.
Catch it to 30-yard line. Complete for Huntington. Nichols on the catch. What a pass rolling to the left with a right-handed quarterback.
I think that was a 49-yard pass right there. Wow.
Another flag.
Wow. Oh, my gosh.
Yeah, I'm starting to believe why Eastern's 10-0.
I mean, I'll be honest. I didn't see a hold because Hirsch was rolling away from where the penalty flag was. There was really nobody in front of him.
So every time a big defensive play, offensive play, and the Yankees come out and, man, that is what, 5 or 6 penalties on Huntington, none against Eastern so far. We're still in the first quarter.
And big penalties too. I mean, that negated a 49-yard play. You had the roughing the passer, 15 yards. And it really puts Huntington in a tough spot right here. Third and 16.
That was into Eastern territory.
It's
third down and 15 now. Long way to go. Snap back to Hirsch, straight back to pass. He's getting a lot of pressure, rolling to his right, still rolling, and he'll be brought down in the backfield on the far side, back at the 10-yard line.
It looks like he got sacked for about a loss of 4
Lost
yards.
a couple more yards. And now Huntington, boy, you would have had the ball at the Eastern 30-yard line.
Ball placed at the 10-yard line where it will be fourth down.
So, again, the last time Huntington punted out around midfield, the snap was on the ground. Nichols will go back to punt again. He's in his own end zone. And I can guarantee you 10 guys are coming after him. Better snap this time, and he gets it away. Nichols high punt. Going to come out around the 35, take a Huntington bounce, and bounce out around the 40. So good field position, but a good job by Nichols to get that off.
At the 39-yard line where the Eagles will begin their drive. 1st and 10.
So plus territory position right here for Eastern at Huntington's 39. This is a big series for Huntington. Try to hold them. You know, really, Huntington hasn't played bad. It's the penalties. The penalties are just, they're hurting them bad right now.
Again, first of all, the sun's in my eyes, I can't see. And again, we're far from the field, but man, it's just every time a play has been made by Huntington, offense or defense, there's a penalty, mainly back in that offensive backfield with the head official and the referee back there. Pretty much, well, a couple times on the line of scrimmage, but that was killed the Huntsman. Back to pass. Manley looking. He's going to throw over the middle and caught. Breaking away at the 20, now down at the 15.
We got another penalty.
Nichols on the coverage again. Pass complete to Kelly. Kelly listed as a running back, but he's been one of the primary receivers so far. They moved him to flanker. Now the penalty, guess what? It's against Huntington.
I think it's going to be declined.
They called interference. There was a little bit of bumping going on against the receiver going downfield. They call interference, but they'll take the play on a nice completion from the 39 to the 16.
First down from the Huntsmen, 16-yard line.
So 1st and 10, Eastern trying to get on the board first. We're down to 1:30 to play first quarter. No score here at Eastern High School.
Back in the red zone for Eastern.
Eric Manley back in the pistol, hands it off straight ahead, running room, 5-6, now busting for yardage, and finally will be pushed down.
Number 1.
Evan Thomas finally made the tackle, but they got into the backfield. Now they're saying there was a fumble. Huntington pointing the other way, said they took the ball away from him. There's a big crowd in the middle where the ball is. And the official steps in and says, well, now they're going to have to get together. So far, a little bit.
Been a little chippy.
Yeah, a little bit worried about this officiating crew getting together here. Well, gain of 8 on the play. It was they say the ball was dead before Huntington took it away. So 2nd down and 2.
Best run of the night for Montgomery.
Yeah, it was. He's been stopped pretty steadily, but that time he got loose. Now they got Kelly in the backfield. He's been one of their prime receivers, but now he's back there with quarterback Eric Manley. Manley went the wrong way. Now they give it all into the backfield. Nice tackle for a loss. Carson McNeil, well, he's done a nice job up front for the Huntsmen.
Yeah, he's he seems like he's been in the backfield about every play. And looks like we're going to get one more play here before the end of this quarter. But again, it's down in the red zone. Eastern has struggled a little bit. You got 3rd and 5.
They were looking at 2nd and 2, now 3rd and 5. I also almost think Manley went the wrong way. Turned the wrong way.
Went one way.
Enough of a delay that it enabled Carson McNeil to get into the backfield. And
we're going to be pushing to get this play off. The play clock's down to 5 seconds already.
Manley, the quarterback. And they do get it off. He's going to roll to the right. He wants to throw. Throws to the sidelines, incomplete. Nice defense.
Number 6, Carson Peters, falls incomplete.
Again, Dalton Nichols on the defensive stop. And the incomplete pass, 3.6. We'll have another play here in the first quarter.
4th down, 4th and 5. Let's see if Eastern has a field goal kicker or if they're going to go for it. And again, I thought we had a little bit of extracurricular there after the play. Eastern lineman landing on top of a Huntington player.
You're right, a little bit chippy here in the early going. So 4th down and 5. Ball is at the 10. They obviously need to get to the 5-yard line. Play clock moving, but still 15 seconds on the play clock. Leist moves out over the football. He's the center for the Eagles. Again, 4 wide receivers, single running back. Manley takes the snap, looks to throw on 4th down across the middle. Caught down near the goal line, and not a touchdown, but it is a 1st down. Just a down and in pattern. Manley was able to connect on a down and in pattern, and it's going to be 1st and goal to go when we return. First quarter comes to an end after one period of play. The Eastern Eagles 0, the Huntsmen of Huntington 0. Back with second quarter action, the Tomlinson SVC Game of the Week.
At Tomlinson Insurance, we've been protecting families, farms, and businesses since 1853. From auto, home, farm, life, or health, we tailor coverage that fits your world. With multiple carriers to meet your insurance needs. Real people, real service, local agents who can answer the phone and care when it matters most. Tomlinson Insurance. Let our history be your future. Call or stop by today.
Stressed? Overstimulated? Smash it out at Recreations. Rec plates in our rage room, fling paint in the splatter zone, then strike a pose in the selfie studio. Chaos, creativity, and content. Let's get messy.
And it's going to be first and goal to go down tight for the Eagles, trying to get on the board first, see if they can score here first in the second quarter.
Yeah, that was a big play. Just a nice little slant right there. I think it was Montgomery that he hit on that pass.
They go to the power. It's quarterback under center with an I formation. And was that just a quarterback sneak? His touchdown. Nope, that was a handoff to Montgomery. Off a left guard, Montgomery able to fall into the end zone. And the first play of the second quarter, the Eagles get on the board to take a 6-0 lead. And it looks like they will send in number 12. Grant Havens will attempt the extra point for the Eagles. Huntington getting their defense there. So Havens will attempt the extra point. Try to take it out to a 7-0 lead. Snap is good. The kick is plenty far, and it is up, and it is good. Timeout on the field, 11:55 till halftime. Eastern on the board first. Eagles 7, Huntsmen 0. You're listening to the Tomlinson Insurance SVC Game of the Week on WXIZ. Just 30.
When we lose a loved one,
Looking for a job that works with your life? Your local McDonald's is now hiring. Join a team that's all about flexibility, growth, and a fun, fast-paced work environment.
At McDonald's, we're more than just burgers. We're part of the community. From supported local events to helping neighbors in need, we're proud to give back.
Apply today at your local Chill Coffee or Waverly McDonald's or McHire.com. We'd love to have you on the team.
Ba-dum-bum-bum-bum. I'm loving it.
A nice pass that got negated by penalty. That was the name of the game for Huntington in the first quarter right there. 4 penalties for 35 yards. Eastern, 7 rushes, 22 yards, throwing the ball 4-7, 68 yards, and the interception in the end zone. Of course, they just converted a touchdown right there. So,
long kick comes down, taken back inside the 10 for the Huntsmen, out to the 15-20, up the middle, a little bit of running room, breaks loose at the 35, out to the 40. Nice return across the 40-yard line, and that was McDonald again, or?
I think it was Dalton Nichols.
It was Nichols.
Yeah, really nice return.
Yeah,
and,
McDonald. Well, the PA guy said McDonald. I don't know if this
Best starting position of the night for Huntington. They had a lot of success that first drive, Greg, running the football with Isaac Taylor on that right side of the line. This is a big series for them. They need to kind of respond here to what Eastern's done, because Eastern's moved the ball up and down the field both times they've had it. It's just been the interception right there, and then a couple penalties evaded Eastern scoring the touchdown.
Ready to transform your entire line?
42. They go, looks like they go to an unbalanced line to the left side. Hirsch will hand it off straight ahead. A little bit of running room, 45-50. Breaks a tackle, 45-40. Still loose, breaks another tackle to the 30, to the 29. Again, Isaac Taylor on the run. 18.
28 yards.
23, 28 yards. Out and down to the 30-yard line. Boy, he was rumbling and
he was looking for contact, kind of like Bryce Johnson we mentioned earlier. He was looking for people to hit right there, and really went through them. Nice job by the Huntington offensive line. Let's see if they can keep getting that going with the running game.
And the coaching staff at Easton's probably yelling out, you cannot tackle that guy high.
Right.
They were just bouncing off of him like flies. Oh, run by Taylor. And now they run a little bit again. Move an extra blocker over to the left side. That's Rent Phipps moving over. They're going to run it straight ahead. That's Hamilton. Not a lot of room and stop for pretty much no gain. Hamilton on the carry.
I think Taylor needed a little bit of break right there after that run. He plays both ways, linebacker and running back, and 29-yard run, he needed a quick breather. I think that's one of the reasons why he got hurt last year. He was just playing so much. They're trying to get him breaks every now and again. It looks like the big bruiser tailback is probably going to be more effective this game here early in the game.
2nd down and 10. No gain for Hamilton. At the 30 of Eastern, Huntsman trying to answer that score that the Eagles just had. Nichols split out to the right. They also have McDonald to the right side. They move Phipps over tight end on the left side. And single running back. Hirsch wants to throw. Rolling wants to throw back to the left. Got a man deep down the sideline. Caught at the 15, at the 10, inside the 5. That's the man again, Isaac Taylor. Was a well-conceived play.
Yeah, it was. Faked the handoff. Hirsch rolled to the right. They threw back. Taylor kind of got one-on-one coverage and snuck behind the defensive back for about 24 yards, I think.
Yeah, they got down inside the 5. Yeah, they faked, and then Taylor came out of the backfield and looped around the left side, got behind the linebacker. Hirsch threw it perfectly to him. He broke the first tackle and was hit around the 10. He kept going forward and got inside the 5. It's going to be 1st and goal to go. Eastern calls a timeout.
I think that timeout benefits Huntington because Taylor maybe keeps him on the field.
I would agree.
And
gives him a break after another long, that time, a catch and run.
Yeah. Good answer by Huntington right here. Now you just got to make sure you convert and get that ball in the end zone here.
Yeah, 22 or 23. Is that what we wound up with on that pass play?
24 is what I have.
24, okay.
Yeah.
Looks like it's
actually
spotted.
You know what? I think that's 26, Greg. It was up. They were at the 30, right?
Yeah, they 30 down to the 3 or 4.
Yeah, so that's I'm going to give him 26. And since the big completion earlier was negated by a penalty, that's Hirsch's first completion of the game. 1 for 2 throwing the ball. Let's see a heavy dose of number 7 here until we get this ball in.
I would think inside the 5, see if he'll pound it inside. The big man, Isaac Taylor, is back there. Now Taylor is back there by himself in a direct snap. Wildcat. They snap it. They give it straight ahead. Oh, they fooled me. Was that the quarter? I'm not sure who carried it. They fake snapped it, direct snap to Taylor. Snapped it up front, and
I'm not sure who that was.
One of the guys up front. Hamilton?
I don't know. They're saying Hamilton. I don't think it was Hamilton. I think that was Frankie Hirsch. I think they had 2 guys like they were center right there, handed it off. I think that was Hirsch. I could be wrong.
Extra point attempt. There's plenty of foot. The ball is up, and it is good, I believe. I didn't see the signal, but it is good. 10-12 left in the first half. The Huntsmen answer with a 58-yard touchdown drive. A couple big plays from Isaac Taylor and Frankie Hirsch, and we're tied 7 apiece. Take a quick timeout. Tomlinson Insurance, SVC Game of the Week, back in 30.
Our employees certainly get the credit for that growth. The relationships that they build, people want to deal with people they can trust, they know, feel connected to. And I think that's where a community bank such as Kingston really shines. The color of money is the same no matter where you go, but I think the people behind it is what makes the difference. Having the empathy to understand what's going on in someone's business or personal lives and how you might be able to help it. I think our customers expect that, want that, and truthfully, they deserve that.
As the sun finally begins to set over there in the west, give us a little better view. Also starting to cool off pretty quickly. High end over end kick going towards the sidelines. Takes a bounce and just barely out of bounds.
Goes out of bounds. Flag on the play.
Fortunate there because the ball was rolling around. Fortunate that Kelly let it go and it barely rolled out of bounds. It was a recoverable football, but now they're checking with Eastern, and see, I think what they all can take it at the 35, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
On a kick out of bounds.
A couple of quick score updates here while we got a break, Greg. Right now I have London beating Chillicothe 22-6. Piketon up on Wellston 28-0. Westfall ahead of Logan Elm 14-8. Jackson up 7-0 over Gallia Academy. Uniota's up on Vinton County 7-0 right now, and Dawson Bryant 14-0 over Adena.
All right. We go to Adena week 1 of the SVC, a chance to see Adena Southeastern in that week 1. Oh, good
nice
hit in the backfield and pulling him down on the defense.
Brett Phipps.
Yeah, Brett Phipps, defensive end, came in to make the stop. Drove him backwards for about a 4-yard loss, but it'll bring it back to the forward progress, a loss of 1. Well, no, right at the line of scrimmage at 35, 2nd and 10.
That'll be our first nominee for the
yes,
Monroe Collision hit of the game.
I agree. Big hit by
Brett
Phipps.
Yeah, he started to run downhill right there, and Phipps just kind of stood him up and drove him backwards. Nice play by Rhett.
Eric Manley, the 6'6" quarterback. He has trip receivers to the left side, a single receiver to the right. He's going to look to throw. Quick screen to the left side, complete to Bauer. Bauer's got 4 or 5, brought down very quickly. Nice recovery by McDonald to come up and make the stop. Yeah, it looked like some running room for Bauer, but quickly McDonald came up to make the stop.
Yeah, good open field tackle by McDonald. If he wouldn't have tackled him, he had about 15 to 20 more yards right there in the open field.
3rd down and 7.
Big play right here. You know, Huntington did a really nice job answering with a touchdown, and now you got Eastern in a 3rd and long situation and a chance to get their offense off the field and get the ball back. So
their best completions, and when they've had to have a completion, it's been over the middle.
Yes.
Kind of a delayed crossing pattern
Kelly
over the middle.
coming out of the backfield,
yeah,
too.
rolling right, Manley rolling, got some running room. Now he's going to fire it deep down the sidelines. Got a man open to the 10, 20, 15, outraces the defender, falls down right near the goal line. And a big, big play. Well, Huntington's coverage that time, I think on the coverage, it was Calvin Hirsch, a freshman. It looked to me like Calvin thought he had the interception.
Yeah.
And Calvin thought he had the interception. He cut inside. The ball went over top of him, and a reception all the way down near the goal line. Who caught that?
That was number 6, Peters.
Carson Peters, 6'3" wide receiver. Nice catching that one. The ball, 1st and goal. At the 2, handoff left side. Montgomery pushes, falls forward, and
short.
That'd be short. Eastern holding up 2 hands for a touchdown, but the side official says he's short, so it's going to be right on the goal line, 2nd down. Boy, Huntington had really picked up some momentum, had him 3rd down and 3rd and 7, and give up a long pass. That was about a 60-plus yard pass.
Yeah, I had that for actually, I think a 49-yard pass is what no, I'm sorry.
The line of scrimmage was about the 39 or 40.
Yeah, 59. Sorry.
Yeah, I thought Hirsch was going to be able to get there, and as he came across, the angle took him just under, and a 6'3" wide receiver was able to be above him on the backside and able to make the catch for a big, big gain. Caught it up around the 20, and then I thought he was going to get all the way in the end zone, and was tackled down near the goal line. Huntington jumped off sides, but
he might have gained a couple inches.
I'd say about a 6-inch penalty, half the distance to goal. If Manley may just go quarterback sneak here. He's got Kelly behind him. Quarterback sneak, falls forward.
No signal yet, but
yeah. Huntington was yelling. I think they were yelling the ball came loose.
Touchdown.
They waited, unpiled everyone. So give Manley the touchdown.
And with the quarterback number 7, Eric Manley with the score.
The touchdown run, Manley. 7:24. We had no score in the first quarter, and we've had 3 touchdowns here in the second quarter. So they will again line up for the extra point.
I think I see Rhett Phipps running off, holding his arm. Hopefully he's not injured too bad. shoulder.
Havens will attempt the extra point. His first one was well through the uprights, trying to put Eastern back on top by a touchdown. So Eastern 7-0. Huntington answered 7-7, and now Eastern down the field to take the lead. Kick is up, and the kick is good. Timeout on the field, 7:25 till halftime. The Eagles 14, Huntington 7. You're listening to the Tomlinson Insurance SVC Game of the Week in WXIZ.
Ready to transform your entire lawn? Call Greenwald Lawn and Landscape. Just need
Stressed? Overstimulated? Smash it out at Recreations. Rec plates in our rage room, fling paint in the splatter zone, then strike a pose in the selfie studio. Chaos, creativity, and content. Let's get messy.
We are back. A little cold inside. Put my coat on here.
The sun's almost out of sight.
From this from the 15 to the 20, Nichols. Nichols is brought down up around 30, maybe 32-yard line. And the Huntsmen will start there. Wait to see where they spotted 7:18 to play the first half.
So I think what Huntington's got to find here, that they've had success with Taylor running the football and throwing to Taylor out of the backfield. They've almost got to find they got to find a way to get some other guys involved and hit a couple of big plays because, like we said earlier, Taylor's playing both ways. So he's got to come out for a break every now and again. They got to find some ways to get other guys involved here.
Frankie Hurst, the quarterback. Now they're going to go with two receivers to the right. Looks like Hamilton is back in the backfield there at the pistol. And they'll hand it off straight ahead. Was that he or McDonald? And now a penalty flag.
Penalty.
Carried by number 19, Wes Hamilton for a loss.
It almost looked like he was signaling illegal hands to the face.
Excuse me, number 13, Trey Kelly. Flag on the play.
Face mask.
Automatic first down. I think that's the first penalty on the Eagles tonight.
It is the first penalty as we are close to the halfway point through the second quarter. But I think one thing to note, Greg, is as Huntington's lining up, even with the double receivers out here close to us or either side, really, Eastern's really not playing much of a safety. They're not really respecting much of that running game. They're really pushing those guys up, kind of like right behind the linebackers, and that opportunity's there if they want to throw it.
Running to his right, Hirsch wants to throw. Got a man open. He can't because being rushed. Now throws to the sideline and out of bounds. He had Nichols open. It didn't seem early at about 15 yards down the field to the sideline, but he was getting a lot of pressure, and he stopped. Frankie moved back to his left and then wound up just throwing a nice job avoiding the sack, so he'll keep it 2nd and 5 for the Huntsmen.
Yeah, I think maybe the coaches were seeing the same thing I was talking about right there. They're really not respecting the pass very much. Again, I think, Hirsch has a good arm, and they've shown they've got guys who can catch the ball. Maybe you get some good routes out there. Maybe you find Troy McDonald Jr. or Dalton Nichols out in space and let them make a play. You got Nichols in a one-on-one right here close to us.
First takes the snap, and they're going to run an end around. A lot of pressure, moving to the outside. McDonald with his speed. Got to the 40, got to the 45, and a first down. Well, he was hemmed in, but he just flat used his speed to get around the corner.
Yeah, he did. He saw a little bit of open space right there. He turned on the jets and picked up about 8 yards.
He almost slowed down and almost
stutter stepped him a little
bit. Yeah, he did.
Exactly.
Yeah. Good term, stutter step. That's right.
A big slowed play. Up. Yeah, I like his speed back there. You know, maybe get the ball in his hands some more. Isaac Taylor's back in the game. I would assume we're probably going to see a run with him right here. Let's see if he can pick up a chunk of yardage.
14-7, Eastern leads. We're midway in the second quarter. Another man in motion, a little bit of a mix-up, but he got yardage, maybe 5.
I think that's Evan Thomas.
Yeah, that was
Carried by number 0, Evan Thomas.
Thomas on the carry.
Number 22.
That was a fake in the wing back, and Huntington puts their wing. They send out wide receivers. They normally have one guy right off the hind end, so to speak. And that time they brought him around. It was Thomas on the carry, and he wound up, looked like it was going to be a problem, but he wound up getting 3 or 4 yards.
Yeah, that was a good run right there by Thomas. He carried the ball a lot for Huntington last year when Taylor was injured.
Thomas now at that same flanker spot on the left side. First high snap, fakes, looking to throw, pressure, throws it down the field, pressure down there, and it's caught. Get to the 20, 15, 10, 5, took it away. Touchdown, Huntington.
Carson McNeil.
Whistle on the play.
Oh, is there a flag? I can't tell. I heard whistle on the play.
Was made by number 22. We'll let this get sorted out on the field.
I don't see a flag.
The officials are gathering.
Great play. There were 2 defenders and 1 offensive. Carson McNeil, and he went up and took it away. And then once he took it away, he rambled on in for the touchdown.
Well, what do we got going on here?
I have no idea.
If the penalty's on Huntington, the ball was back here, like close to midfield, but they're back about the 25-yard line.
I have no idea. This crew is, in my opinion, struggling a bit tonight. I'm still not sure what's going on. The head official's over talking to Coach Beeler. I did not see a flag on the field. After McNeil, they're standing right where McNeil caught the pass, but he broke the tackles and got on into the end zone. Surely there was no way it was stopped.
I didn't hear what he said, but why is the ball spotted there? He caught it and he ran for a touchdown. I'm not sure.
Ball placed at the 23-yard line.
So it'll be a first down. No idea what in the world why that was not a touchdown. McNeil caught the ball, broke the tackles, went on into the end zone. I don't know, but it's a first down, Huntsman, but they take away a touchdown. Straight snap to Taylor. Off the left side, he's got 5, he's got 6, he's rambling, runs over someone, and maybe lost the football as he hit the ground.
And it's getting a little chippy after the play.
That was a direct snap to Isaac Taylor.
No signal yet.
Runner was
down by contact.
Looks like he picked up about 9.
Very close to the first down marker, down around the 12-yard line.
I'm still
have no
baffled
idea.
about the play before, Greg. I mean, he caught the ball and ran in the end zone, but they put the ball where he caught it.
He didn't go down.
No, he absolutely did not go down.
He caught the ball, unless there was an inadvertent whistle, and I don't know how in the world they put him down. He caught it and spun out of there were 2 defenders. He took it away from both defenders, spun around, and broke into the end zone I have no idea. But hopefully the Huntsmen can still cash in. Taylor again, left side. Not a lot of running room. That time it was first. They gave him a first down. Now another late flag.
Maybe a late hit.
Flag on the play.
I'm not sure why we have to huddle up after each penalty. I mean, if you're an experienced officiating crew, you should be able to communicate with signals. That's what they have signals for. Or maybe they can.
Well, you talked about it being a little chippy and a late hit. Taylor was on the ground, got hit by one of the defenders, so it's half the distance to the goal line.
They got Taylor back at quarterback again, just snapping it to him and going.
Yeah, they're just blitzing now. To Taylor, not giving him a lot of running room. You direct snap it to him, you know he's running it, and Eastern really blitzing everybody off the corner of the linebacker, knowing Taylor's going to get the direct snap. and he got maybe a yard.
Good tackle.
The ball is inside, right about the 5. It's maybe, let's call it the 6-yard line.
Hirsch comes back in the game, so maybe Hirsch going back to quarterback. But
2nd down and 4 for a first down. They can get a first down without scoring. They're at the 6. Need to get to the 2 for a first down. Now this is what they scored on, a very similar play. And they do hand off up the middle.
Wes Hamilton that time.
Yeah, that's the same play. I think they scored the touchdown, and they scored again. Now, what they're doing, what the touchdown, Hamilton for the touchdown and a chance to tie the game. What they're doing is they're putting Taylor at a direct snap, 5 yards deep. They've got 2 guys almost lined up behind the 2 offensive guards, and they're taking a short snap and handing it off to the guy that's up around the guard. It's almost
You're
like
exactly
a tush.
right.
It's almost like a tush push.
You're exactly right, Greg.
Extra,
it was hard to tell the first time because
yes.
the sun was, you couldn't see that well, but that's exactly what it was.
Extra point, good. Hamilton scores the touchdown. And Huntsmen come right back and tie it up. This is a dandy, other than the flags, this is a dandy of a football game. 14-14. Let's take a quick timeout. We're all tied with 3:46 to go till halftime. Tomlinson Insurance SVC Game of the Week.
At Tomlinson Insurance, we've been protecting families, farms, and businesses since 1853. From auto, home, farm, life, or health, we tailor coverage that fits your world. With multiple carriers to meet your insurance needs. Real people, real service. Local agents who can answer the phone and care when it matters most. Tomlinson Insurance. Let our history be your future. Call or stop by today.
Aaron Cox back at Eastern High School. The sun is setting and cooling off a little bit, and now able to, although they still haven't turned the lights on, I would expect that those lights should come on pretty soon here. The sun is pretty much on the horizon behind the trees on the far side. Huntington will kick it off, 14-14. Huntington answers again to tie it. Long kick this time, all the way down, taken at the 7-yard line. 10, Eastern on the return, 20, 25, look out to the 30, breaks the tackle to the 45 and out near midfield.
47-yard line.
To midfield. The legal drive will begin at the 49-yard line.
Well, just when Huntington picks up a little momentum, it seems, and Eastern able to answer, they've got great field position. Nice return. That was from the 7, almost out to the 5. Let's call it the 49. That was a 42-yard return, and he just came straight to the left sidelines. Huntington got a hand or two on him, but nobody got a good tackle.
This is a big drive right here for Huntington.
With 3.5.
3.5 minutes to go, and Eastern gets the ball back in the second half, and Eastern scored 2 touchdowns their last 2 possessions. So really a big drive. The last drive ended with they had the 1-yard rush, but the really big pass play, 60-yard pass play. Huntington got some coverage mixed up. A receiver ran open right down the right side of the field, and it seems like the big plays have been hurting Huntington. Just in the flow of the game, they've been fine. The big plays and penalties.
Several of those were on 3rd down.
Yes,
one was on
absolutely.
One was on a 4th down.
Yes, it was.
Huntington just so close, not able to get that stop. And you're right. I think this is. You'd love to go in 14 all at halftime. Out near midfield, quick pass to the right side and dropping the football. Looked like he tried to run for it. Benjamin Bauer.
Those are the plays right there. Obviously that pass was forward, but that's almost a straight pass. You always like to pick that ball up just in case, maybe the official doesn't see. Maybe you pick up they call it a fumble recovery, backward pass or something. So,
by the way, you mentioned Phipps, who's been playing well. Rhett Phipps, and I think Phipps is back in the ball game.
He is back. That's good for Huntington.
Went out with an arm injury earlier. Trip receivers to the right, single receiver left. Eric Manley, the 6'6" senior quarterback. Snap, wants to run, now pitches it to the right side, and a little bit of running room. 5. Little jitterbug move is now still loose, looking for yardage, and near the first down on the carry, Jack Montgomery.
And we have a penalty in the backfield. Carson McNeil went for the quarterback Manley on the option. Didn't realize he gave the ball up and drove the quarterback back about 10 yards and tackled him, and we're going to get some added yards. Yep. Who ran that ball, Greg?
That was Montgomery.
Montgomery.
Yeah. Picked up about 9, but they're going to add on 15 more yards. And one of the real story, Huntington's such a great job coming back twice to tie the game, but boy, penalties have just absolutely killed the Huntsmen. Not a lot of the clock running here. There's penalties, so clock running now, 3 minutes to go in the first half. 14-14, we're all tied here at Eastern.
Huntington's really done a nice job stopping the run game, Greg. It's the passes like you talked about.
Yeah, the one big penalties against the defense, and then that one big 40-some plus pass play that they had where the receiver got behind. That was Peters got behind the Huntington safety. Manley wants to throw, going to roll to the right, across the middle, wide open, nobody there, down inside the 5-yard line, complete. That time to Benjamin Bauer. Rolled to the right. Bauer just went down, kind of circled in the middle of the field. He was right behind the linebackers in front of the D-backs, and there was no one within 5 yards of him. Nice play. And it's 1st and goal to go.
That is Eastern's 10th first down of the ball game.
To the 6-yard line.
Well, Huntington, they had one big interception in the end zone. You'd love to get a turnover here, but this time Eastern just rolling right down the field after a big kickoff return. At the 6-yard line, 1st and goal to go. They're up under center. Manley is tackled. Also, he got rid of the football before he was tackled, handed off, but there's going to be a loss on the play.
Yeah, it looked like there was maybe some confusion right there on the handoff.
Montgomery wound up getting the ball.
Yeah. Excuse me. Then number 50, Jackson McNeil, actually tackled the quarterback there also.
Loss of about 4 back to the 10. Yeah, Manley barely got the ball out of his hands to Montgomery. He was tackled, and Montgomery was tackled in the backfield. 2nd and goal to go, just outside the 10. I would expect him to put the ball in the air. 2 receivers to the left. Manley looks, those to the left side, incomplete.
Ball was in Kelly's hand. Just went right through him. And, Kelly, he's been a big target for Manley here as a running back. He's got a couple catches, 2 catches, and they've both been big plays, 24 and 23 yards. He's been a vital piece of this Eagles offense here in the first half.
I like to bring him either off the flanker position. He's a running back, but they'll move him out or run him out of the backfield or move him up at a tight flanker spot.
Big play, third down. Yeah, and goal, 3rd and goal.
Huntsmen have not done well on 3rd down defensively tonight. See if they can get a stop here. Clock stopped, 1:18 left in the first half. We're tied 14-14. Manley looking, throws into the flat. Nobody's there. To the 5
nice
and
tackle.
Short of the end zone.
By Frankie Hirsch. To 8. Piketon's up 42-0 over Wellston. No score listed for Zane Trace and Waverly or Paint Valley and Athens. And London is putting it on Chillicothe right now, 42-14.
London has been a very good team. It's not been a good matchup.
There's another. We got a couple other scores. Here we go, Greg. Just popped up. Washington Courthouse 12-7 over Circleville at half. Southeastern's up 9-7 over Portsmouth Notre Dame.
Well, here we go. 4th and goal to go at the 4-yard line.
This is a really big play.
Will not be a kick. Eastern will go for it.
Look for a rollout to throw it, or Manley has the choice to run it right here.
Manley in the pistol, single running back, and now a flag.
False start.
False start. That helps. That'll move him back to the 9-yard line.
Some cheering from the Huntington fans on the opposite side of the field.
Huntington fans said, all right, a penalty on the home team.
So now you go from 4th and 4 to 4th and 9.
29 seconds, 29.6 remaining in the first half. We're tied 14-14. Single running back once again, Montgomery. They're in the pistol. Got two receivers to the right. That includes Kelly.
Watch Kelly, yeah.
4th and 9, low snap. Manley looks, lobs it to the left side of the end zone, incomplete.
Oh, my gosh.
Oh, that is not interference. It wasn't even catchable.
No. Is that going to be?
Oh, man.
Is that an automatic first down, Greg?
Yeah, I think so. I don't. The pass was high. Hirsch was on the coverage. The ball was almost over top of the head of the receiver, and that's another tough call against Huntington.
I think they said still 4th down.
So it's half the distance. They'll get another shot at it with 26 seconds. That's a tough call on Hirsch.
Yeah. I'm not even sure he grabbed him.
The
ball was definitely over the receiver's
The ball
hand,
was
not
way
catchable.
up in the air. Both players jumped up in the air to try to get the football. And now timeout Huntington on the defensive side. So another chance for it.
Yeah, it looks like what they've been doing, they've been putting number 5, Webb, out here closest to us in a one-on-one situation. They tried to throw the lob pass there. They had 2 or 3 receivers the other side. Kelly was one of them. I'm not sure if they're going to try to go back to the one-on-one like the back pylon throw here, or maybe try to find Kelly with a good one-on-one matchup. But, I guess the one thing is you shorten the field so there's not a lot of space. Maybe it's more congested in there. But, again, I just can't emphasize how big of a play this is, because Eastern gets the ball coming out of halftime in the third quarter. If Huntington can hold them right here, you're looking at a tie game coming out, whereas if they score, you're down a touchdown, and you're on a defense, and you got a big stop, and both offenses have been scoring here the last few possessions.
Well, here we go. 4th down from just inside the 5.
Same setup as last time.
Another chance for the Eagles. Manley takes the snap, going to roll to his right. They're chasing from the right, throws across the middle, and is a touchdown.
Number 5, Power.
The catch, Carson Peters on the catch for the touchdown. Yeah, I think it was number 6. So we'll call it a 4-yard touchdown pass.
That's a heartbreaker right there.
Again, I know I have talked a lot about the officials tonight, but I tell you what, just on big play after big play, we had a good view of that one. The Hankey has come out against Huntington almost every time. They're going to go for 2, leading 20-14. They will not kick it this time. Manley takes the snap, throws to the left side, and Hirsch, same play.
Nice job by Hirsch.
All right, same play that was on the 4th down. This one knocked away by Hirsch, but no interference called this time.
Eagles 20.
Oh, they didn't kick it. They went for 2. We still got 21.6 on the clock. We'll keep it here and then take our break at halftime. By the way, at halftime, we'll let Vanessa know back at the studios that we will come back, give you the scoring and some stats, and then we'll send it back, and I believe we'll have a halftime interview that's prepared ahead of time. That we'll be able to bring you during our halftime.
Well, Greg, you're going to get the ball probably about somewhere 16 seconds left to go. What do you think if you're Huntington right here? I think you might have one timeout left. Maybe try to take a chance or two.
If I got out, I think if I got out to the 40.
Yeah.
I think if I'm inside the 40, they just but as you said, obviously Eastern gets the ball back.
Yeah. I agree. I think I would try to take a chance if you get halfway decent field position, because they hit a big play for a touchdown earlier that got called back for whatever reason. But
end over end kick, and near the sidelines, taken at the 12-yard line on the return for the Huntsmen out to the 25 and down.
Return by number 20, Dalton Nichols. Stop made by number 5, Boston Webb. Number 3,
get out, and I think now we got maybe an injured player calling out. I think it's one of the Eastern players on the coverage. Number 3.
Aiden
Bowles, a sophomore, down on the field. They'll come out and check him. So we got the only 16.9. I would think Huntington will just run the clock out, down 20-14. Again, Jaron, a couple things we've had tonight, and again, I bring up the officials, but it's been such a big part of the ball game. But the strangest one was Huntington on the catch by McNeil, where he went up against two defenders, caught the ball at the 22, spun around, and went on in for the touchdown. They brought the ball back to the 22 for some reason. There was no flag on the play. The only thing I can think was an inadvertent whistle, or they thought he was down, which I can't believe.
Yeah.
And then two roughing the quarterbacks against Huntington, and then that last play when they stopped Eastern, and you should have gone in 14-14 at halftime, and on fourth down, Frankie Hirsch up in both Hirsch as a defender and the receiver went up in the corner of the end zone for the football. The ball was over top of both their heads. They might have got a hand on it. The contact was called against Hirsch, and the interference gave Eastern another chance, and they scored the go-ahead touchdown. So that's where we stand, 20-14 in favor of the Eagles. If Huntington just runs a single play here.
Maybe Taylor breaks a big run, and you never know.
Move two blockers to the right side. Taylor in the backfield. They'll hand it to him off the right side. He's got 5. He's got 10. Out to the 40-yard line.
First down. They get back on the ball, clock it.
I think Huntington's out of timeouts. They used their last one down there on that fourth down because they used 2 early in the game. They do run another play. Taylor right side, tries to go out around the right end and pulled down.
3 or 4.
So Taylor stopped. No gain on that carry, and we have reached halftime. Well, it's been a very exciting. Both teams have done pretty well. A lot of offense, 5 touchdowns in the first half, and a lot of yellow flags, but we've gotten through to halftime. The score at intermission, Eastern 20 and Huntington 14. Back with some halftime scoring and stats after this timeout. Tomlinson Insurance SVC Game of the Week and WXIZ.
Looking.
It takes determination to create a successful business. It's never easy, but always worth it. It takes making a leap of faith. It takes patience and late nights to reinvest in a startup. But it also takes asking for guidance from dependable people. All to turn a dream into a reality. People's Bank. Working together, building success.
Stressed? Overstimulated? Smash it out at Recreations. Rec plates in our rage room, fling paint in the splatter zone, then strike a pose in the selfie studio. Chaos, creativity, and content. Let's get messy.
At Tomlinson Insurance, we've been protecting families, farms, and businesses since 1853. From auto, home, farm, life, or health, we tailor coverage that fits your world. With multiple carriers to meet your insurance needs. Real people, real service, local agents who can answer the phone and care when it matters most. Tomlinson Insurance. Let our history be your future. Call or stop by today.
Craving something unique and delicious? Swing by the Lunchbox and Chill Coffee, home of the famous pretzel sandwich. You'll love our all-day breakfast favorites, from hearty breakfast croissants to sausage gravy and omelet. And don't miss our fresh lemonade shake-ups, perfect to sip alongside any meal. Sink your teeth into our signature pretzel sandwiches like the savory Italian, loaded turkey club, or mouth-watering Reuben. We are right downtown at 24 East Water Street, ready for dine-in or quick carry-out.
score. Huntington did not score in the next possession, and Eastern came back their first touchdown. It was 0-0 at the end of the quarter. They scored on the first play of the second quarter on a 2-yard touchdown run. That made it with 11:55 to go into halftime, 7-0 in favor of the Eagles. Huntington came right back, however, got a nice return out to their 42, drove it down and got the touchdown to tie it at 7-7. I think that was that quick snap to Hamilton again, which both touchdowns came on. And that was with 7:15 to go. 10-12 to go in the half, 7-7. Right back came Eastern. They faced a 3rd and long, but Manley was able to hit over a 40-yard pass down to the 2-yard line and then took it in on a 1-yard plunge to go up 14-7. Back came Huntington. Again, Hamilton scoring. That was the one where McNeil made the catch and an apparent touchdown that was brought back to where he caught the football, but Huntington still was able to score, tied it at 14 apiece. And then Eastern, with a little over 3 minutes remaining in the half, got a great kickoff return out to midfield, took it down, and then was stopped on a 4th down. Pass interference called against Hirsch. It was a tough call in my opinion, but it's nonetheless made. It gave Eastern another play, and they were able to score on a 4-yard touchdown pass. That pass complete to Peters. They went for 2, did not make it 20-14.
Yeah, just looking at some of the team stats here. First for Eastern, had them for 238 total yards of offense in the first half. Scored touchdowns their last 3 possessions, and even their first possession through the interceptions. They've been racking up the yards. They've got 14 rushes for 35 yards. Huntington's done a good job in the defensive run department. Montgomery is leading Eastern running the ball, 10 rushes, 22 yards. Kelly's ran the ball twice for 0 yards, and Manley's ran it twice for 13 yards. Kelly's been more effective in catching the football. He has 2 catches for 47 yards. Peters, number 6, has 3 catches for 80 yards. So he's had some big plays out wide for the Eagles. Montgomery's had a couple catches out of the backfield, 2 for 17 yards. Bauer has 2 catches for 17 yards. They've got 10 first downs in the first half. 3 penalties for 17 yards for Eastern. And as we flip over to Huntington, we'll just start with that number for the Huntsmen.
I'm curious.
6 penalties. They didn't have they had 7 penalties. 7 penalties, and it only cost them 5 yards right there at the end of the half. 7 penalties for 60 yards. And that was really the name of the game there in the first quarter. But had Huntington for 170 yards of total offense. They scored their last 2 possessions if you don't count the last 2 plays before half. They got things rolling. 16 rushes for 89 yards, 65 yards for Taylor on 8 rushes. Hamilton has 5 rushes for 12 yards. He's got both touchdowns for the Huntsmen. Evan Thomas has 2 carries for 4 yards. And then Troy McDonald Jr. had the 1 carry for 8 yards. I really liked him carrying the ball, kind of a change of pace. Maybe that's something they can go back to. Frankie Hirsch, 2 of 4 throwing the football for 42 yards. Should have had a lot more yards on a touchdown pass. We're still not sure why that was called back to where he caught the ball, but that is what it is. Dalton Nichols did have 1 interception in the first half, and that's where we stand. Eastern is going to get the ball here to start the third quarter. It's going to be a really big drive because, like we said, Eastern has moved the ball all 4.
There at the end was the really, really tough one. They stop them on 4th down. Huntington takes over the ball, but they called interference and gave Eastern another chance to score, and they were able to do that. 20-14, Eastern on top over the Huntsmen. We're at intermission here. Let's take another time out. You're listening to the Tomlinson Insurance SVC Game of the Week on WXIZ. We'll take a break, and then we'll have our halftime interview after this.
Looking for a job that works with your life? Your local McDonald's is now hiring. Join a team that's all about flexibility, growth, and a fun, fast-paced work environment.
At McDonald's, we're more than just burgers. We're part of the community. From supported local events to helping neighbors in need, we're proud to give back.
Apply today at your local Chill Coffee or Waverly McDonald's or McHire.com. We'd love to have you on the team.
Ba-dum-bum-bum-bum. I'm loving it.
Looking for a home away from home for your furry friend? Welcome to Red Woof Inn, where tails wag and dreams come true. At Red Woof, we offer spacious play areas, cozy naps, and personalized care from our dedicated team. Whether your pup loves fetch or just snuggling, we've got it covered. Our facilities are top-notch, and our staff are dog lovers through and through. From playtime adventures to treat-filled cuddle sessions, we ensure your pup has a blast. Give your dog a vacation they'll love at Red Woof Inn, located on Old Dixon Road in MacArthur. Call 740-649-8640 to book your fur baby stay while spots are still available.
At Tomlinson Insurance, we've been protecting families, farms, and businesses since 1853. From auto, home, farm, life, or health, we tailor coverage that fits your world. With multiple carriers to meet your insurance needs. Real people, real service, local agents who can answer the phone and care when it matters most. Tomlinson Insurance. Let our history be your future. Call or stop by today.
Stressed? Overstimulated? Smash it out at Recreations. Rec plates in our rage room, fling paint in the splatter zone, then strike a pose in the selfie studio. Chaos, creativity, and content. Let's get messy.
Ready to transform your entire lawn? Call Greenwald Lawn and Landscape. Just need a quick mow? Call Greenwald Lawn and Landscape. Driveway full of snow? Call Greenwald Lawn and Landscape. Greenwald Lawn and Landscape provides expert lawn care, landscaping, and snow removal services for year-round property maintenance. Call the experts at Greenwald 740-701-6744. Greenwald Lawn and Landscape, a proud sponsor of SVC Sports.
It's not just about saving up. It's learning what it means to earn something for yourself, a few dollars at a time. It's about earning your independence. Every deposit, every goal, every step closer. It's more than just opening an account. It's opening the door to what's next. People's Bank. Working together, building success.
Oh, my mower won't start. I know what to do. Take it to Matheny's Small Engine Repair, located on Savageville School Road in between Jackson and Chillicothe. Matheny's is now an official Encore dealer with both new commercial and residential models on display. They'll get you up and mowing.
Football administrator, we close in on kick. Games are all across the state. Games start on Thursday, and of course games on Friday as well too. 11-player football is obviously the way the vast majority of Ohio schools go, but now we're getting flag football into the mix. That will start next year on the girls side of things. I know folks are very excited about that. Some of the 7 and 8 man is still a possibility as well too. But I think the positive about all of that, Bo, is the participation numbers are still there, and that's a good thing.
That is a good thing. Nationally, for the second year in a row, numbers were up in tackle football, and that's a good thing. We're excited about that. I think there's getting people exposed to football in different ways is a good thing for the realm of football and what it's about, and I think that's what we're seeing. So yeah, we're really excited about what we have in Ohio, and Ohio is a big traditional 11-player state.
Flag football thing, though, is very interesting, isn't it? Because that is really improving or gaining popularity by leaps and bounds. Heck, it's going to be in the Olympics in a couple of years. It's a pretty big deal, isn't it?
It's a huge deal, and we're seeing it's one of those things that as the schools are thinking about it and people are getting exposed to it, the participants will drive this. And they went from in northeast Ohio, 20 teams 2 years ago to 80 this past year. Down south, about the same. They just started getting it in this area, and we look at that S curve because we always look at that Cincinnati, Dayton, Columbus, and through Cleveland. And I look for it to explode here with all the big schools here. So, yeah, it is exciting.
We invite you to stay with us. We will have more of our halftime conversation with the OHSAA's Bo Rugg when we return. This is High School Football Tonight on Total Media Sports.
At Tomlinson Insurance, we've been protecting families, farms, and businesses. At Tomlinson Insurance, we've been protecting families, farms, and businesses since 1853. From auto, home, farm, life, or health, we tailor coverage that fits your world. With multiple carriers to meet your insurance needs. Real people, real service, local agents who can answer the phone and care when it matters most. Tomlinson Insurance. Let our history be your future. Call or stop by today.
Second quarter, we have Westfall 21, Logan Elm 20. Second quarter, Unioto winning big tonight. Pink Valley and Athens are scoreless in their matchup. It is London 43, Chillicothe 14. That is at the half. Here, of course, Eastern 20-14 over the Huntsmen. Dawson Bryant leads Adina 22-0 at halftime. Northwest 26-12 over McLean at the half. Piketon big over Wellston 42-0 Red Streaks at halftime. Unioto, we told you, winning big 35-0 over Vinton County. That was reported in the second quarter. Zane Trace on top of Waverly 20-7. That in the second quarter. Zane Trace, just like Piketon, Unioto, looking to go 2-0. Jackson 28 and Gallia 3 second quarter. And we told you Paint Valley and Athens, that's only a reported first quarter score and scoreless in that one. Next week, we follow the SVC. Of course, not in a league situation next week, and we go. We'll be back with our second half action after this.
Stressed? Overstimulated? Smash it out at Recreations. Rec plates in our rage room.
Can Vanessa, go ahead and give me 2 minutes.
Zone.
Looking for a home away from home for your furry friend? Welcome to Red Woof Inn, where tails wag and dreams come true. At Red Woof, we offer spacious play areas, cozy naps, and personalized care from our dedicated team. Whether your pup loves fetch or just snuggling, we've got it covered. Our facilities are top-notch, and our staff are dog lovers through and through. From playtime adventures to treat-filled cuddle sessions, we ensure your pup has a blast. Give your dog a vacation they'll love at Red Woof Inn, located on Old Dixon Road in MacArthur. Call 740-649-8640 to book your fur baby stay while spots are still available.
Team that's all about flexibility, growth, and a fun, fast-paced work environment.
At McDonald's, we're more than just burgers. We're part of the community. From supported local events to helping neighbors in need, we're proud to give.
Home of the famous pretzel sandwich. You'll love our all-day breakfast favorites. From hearty breakfast croissants to sausage gravy and omelet. And don't miss our fresh lemonade shake-ups, perfect to sip alongside any meal. Sink your teeth into our signature pretzel sandwiches like the savory Italian, loaded turkey club, or mouth-watering Reuben. We are right downtown at 24 East Water Street, ready for dine-in or quick carry-out.
You know, luckily that didn't impact the game.
They went ahead and were able
right.
to score.
Yeah. So, you know, as I was down there, I was kind of close. There's not really a locker room for the opposing team, so they're just, you know, standing out here beside the baseball field. And, you know, Coach Beeler was talking to basically his juniors and his seniors right there. And he's trying to get those guys' minds right, trying really to get them focused in and locked in right here. This is a big opening drive. I know we talked about it there at the end of the first half, but, Huntington's got to figure something out defensively. We've said the penalties, we've said the big plays, but at the end of the day, those things happen. Eastern's been moving the football on them, so they've got to figure some things out. They've got to get a stop and get the ball back to their offense, because Huntington's offense is rolling the last couple of drives too, and for whatever reason, Eastern didn't kick the extra point right there. That's another thing that's kind of intriguing to me. So they're only up 6. They went for 2. They didn't get it. So, Troy McDonald Jr. has proven he can kick some extra points. I don't know if maybe Eastern's kicker got injured or what was going on, but they decided not to for whatever reason. And if, an extra point could be a deciding play in this game right here. So, again, Huntington has a turnover. They've got to get a big play on defense. They got to get a stop, whether it's a stop, 3 and out, or force another turnover, interception, fumble, something.
That's been kind of repeat what you're talking about. The early on, third down, they were going to have to punt. Eastern was. Huntington stops them, got called. I think that might have been roughing the passer at the time, give them a first down. They go on down. They had them third and long, and they were able to hit a pass. They got the receiver behind the safety. Looked like Huntington's safety went for the interception, got over his head, and that took them down inside the 5 and set up their second touchdown. Then on their third touchdown, and again, that was the one I know I'm kind of beating a dead horse, but that was a really tough one where they stop them on fourth down. It's going to be 14 at the half, and they were called for, I thought, a tough pass interference. Obviously, the official was a lot closer than I'm sitting here, but it looked like a tough call. Both players going with the football. It was a very high pass, jumping up in the air for it. And anyway, back to your point, they stop them, and then third down something happens, and then allow them fourth down. That Huntington, it's not like Eastern's going up and down the field 5-6 yards to carry on every play.
Right.
It's, as you said, it's kind of been the big play and the big penalty that's hurt Huntington, but they're still only down 6. And you're right. They need to stop and get the ball back and see if they can take the lead.
I think, Greg, on these big plays where they're getting hurt, it's like the quarterback has all kinds of time back there in the pocket. Maybe they're not blitzing or whatever, not getting enough pressure on Manley. I mean, he's tall. We talked about that in the pregame, 6'6" or 6'7". He can see over top of you. But if you bring some pressure and make him get outside the pocket and run, I think that's when Huntington got the interception on him there, that first drive of the game. And I think I would be aggressive. You don't want to let things happen. My mindset, you got to make things happen. And I think to make things happen, you got to be the aggressor, right? Huntington wants to come out. They want to be more physical. They need to be more aggressive. And I think that's the message that Coach Beeler was sending to his kids at halftime. So.
Well, we're set to go. And again, Eastern will receive the second half kickoff. (20-13). As we start the second half.
The other thing, too, on these last 3 drives for Eastern that they scored touchdowns, they've had good field position. You're looking at their own 47, own 35, and the plus 39. So, they need to start right here. A big play on special teams, maybe get them around the 20 or 25.
And Huntington tied it, a little over 3 minutes remaining, 14 apiece, and it was that kickoff return out to the 49, almost midfield, that really set them up to get that go-ahead touchdown to end the first half. So McDonald will kick it off for the Huntsmen. We are set to go. Start the second half, and a sideways kick that just shoots out of bounds. And I think that time, Junior McDonald, he mishit that one, and it just looked like one of my 5-iron shots.
Yeah. Hit it off the toe of the club or something like that, right?
Shot it out to the right.
Yeah. I tell you, something I noticed right there on that kickoff, maybe Huntington come back to it later for a big play. some of the Eastern's frontline players, they were kind of turning around and already moving as he was running up to kick the ball. So maybe you see an onside kick here in the not so distant future.
Well, there was also another 5-yard penalty called on the kickoff against Huntington, an illegal procedure on the kickoff. So it was where it went out of bounds, which was the 37, 38, and 5-yard penalty, and a great field position as Eastern's going to start with the football at their own 43. Looking to throw. Manley throws to the sidelines, got a man at the 50 and down right away. Pick up a 6 or 7.
Number 6, Carson Peters, stop 8.
Peters on the catch. Peters caught that last touchdown pass right before the end of the half. It'll be 2nd and 4.
Yep, nice throw and catch right there. Really a good hit right there by Dalton Nichols also.
Yeah. Nichols has kind of been he and Frankie Hirsch, the two guys that have made a lot of stops. Now Hirsch is going to get one-on-one coverage over here as you got trips to the left side. Single running back in the backfield. Manley calls signals, 2nd and 4, and we'll hand it off to the left side. Pulling backwards on the carry. Montgomery did not get the first down, I don't think.
No. I think Rhett Phipps got a hold of him first. Montgomery picked up 1 on the play.
Again, you had needed 4. They're going to give him forward progress about 3. Bring up 3rd down and 1 for Eastern.
If I were Eastern, I think I just put Manley under center here and just quarterback sneak it. But this is 2025, so we're going to go shotgun.
Yeah, the guy weighs 230, so it's kind of tough to knock him down up under center. Takes the snap on 3rd and 1. They're going to throw on 3rd and 1. They throw it deep down the left sidelines, and what a catch. Great defense, but a great catch on the other end by Webb. Was that Hirsch or McDonald on the coverage?
That was Hirsch on coverage. Really good coverage.
Excellent. Ball got batted in the air. That's an amazing concentration by Webb to come down with the football.
That play call right there told me that was 4-down territory.
Yeah.
3rd and 1, and you're throwing it deep.
All the way inside to Huntington 25. First down for the Eagles, already leading 20-14, trying to score here to open up the 3rd quarter. This time they'll hand it off to Montgomery, and he
picks up about 3.
Stop made by number 50, Jackson.
McNeil on the stop. One of the interior linemen made that stop. Pick up of about 3. 2nd and 7 for the Eagles. First drive of the 3rd quarter, and Huntington trying to keep it a 1-score deficit down 20-14. If they can force them into 3rd and long here. Eric Manley in the pistol. Runner behind him. They'll hand it right side. Cuts it back inside. Being pulled from behind and pulled down. Got a couple. It'll bring up 3rd down. It was a real deep handoff that time. Montgomery was behind the pistol formation of Manley and probably was 7 or 8 yards deep when he got the football.
Yeah. Here we are, 3rd down 6. Can the Huntington defense get off the field? You would assume this is 4-down territory.
I would think so.
So you need 2 big plays right here, 3rd down. What are you going to do? I would say Eastern's probably going to throw the football. I like bringing pressure on the quarterback right here. That was a heck of a catch last time. 5 tipped the ball. Webb tipped the ball and kind of to himself.
Webb and Kelly split to the left side. Manley is going to run with it straight up the middle and fighting for yardage. Now driven back.
Fumble.
Oh,
man.
Made by number 7, Isaac Taylor.
McDonald picked it up and was off to the races, but they blew the whistle. I thought Manley game, but again, he started out 4 or 5 yards deep. He moved forward, but
he was met by Isaac Taylor right there, and Isaac Taylor was not letting him move forward. So
spotted at the 19, and another big 4th down from the 19 to the 4th and
4, maybe.
Yeah, 4th and a long 3 or a short 4.
This could be that stop that Huntington's looking for. see some of the assistant coaches, they're trying to encourage their players right now, and you got to really dig in. You know, look for Manley to throw the ball. You got 4 receivers, 2 on each side.
Yeah, he likes to, when he's rolled out, he likes to throw back over the middle. He's going to go straight back, throw out of the backfield on the carry, and I think a first down for Montgomery. Just a little swing pass.
Yep.
Got him into the open, gave him a chance, and nice play call by the Eagles.
Yeah, they kind of sent the receivers deep right there. Montgomery just slid out of the backfield, and a really good play call by Coach Tomlinson. Montgomery basically just walked into the first down.
The first down, the ball spotted about the 12. New set of downs for the Eagles from the 12. Manley rolls to the left, going to run with it. Straight ahead, he's got inside the 5, right up the middle. Splits the middle of the Huntington defense, and a touchdown from 12 yards out for quarterback Eric Manley, and now a 2-touchdown lead for the Eagles.
Yeah, that's I thought that was something they may come back to. He's a big kid, 6'7", 230 is what you said, Greg.
Yeah.
And saw a hole right there, and he just went right on through that hole and bullied his way to the end zone.
That opened up pretty quickly. And they're going to go for 2 again. They went for 2 last time, leading to 26-14. And Manley's going to run it again, straight up the middle, falls.
Got it.
And he got in for the 2-point conversion. So now a late flag. A late flag on the play.
Looks like it's in the backfield. Maybe some extracurricular after the play.
Oh, the 2-point conversion, we'll wait till we take a break till we see what the call is. 26-14 on the 2-point conversion. Biggest lead of the night for the Eagles. We were tied 14 apiece, and they scored right before the half and then right after the half. We talk about that a lot. Them getting the ball to start the second half. And another penalty on Huntington, a late hit after the extra point conversion. You're listening to the Thomason Insurance SVC Game of the Week, 28-14. We'll be back with the kickoff in 30 seconds.
At Tomlinson Insurance, we've been protecting families, farms, and businesses since 1853. From auto, home, farm, life, or health, we tailor coverage that fits your world. With multiple carriers to meet your insurance needs. Real people, real service, local agents who can answer the phone and care when it matters most. Tomlinson Insurance. Let our history be your future. Call or stop by today.
Off. The 15-yard penalty marked off, and Eagles were going to kick from the Huntington 45. And they just kick a line drive bouncer, bouncing down, and doesn't go in the end zone. Tough return for the Huntsmen. Breaking loose momentarily, but deep in their own territory. This was a squib kick that worked very effectively. It was picked up by number 3 for the Huntsmen. And I don't see a number 3.
That was a tough roll right there because he thought it was going to roll into the end zone, and it literally stopped at the 1-yard line. That's Colt Parker, I believe, senior.
So tough field position for the Huntsmen. Yeah, it was on the ground. He was going to let it go in the end zone, and it just kind of started spinning.
Oh, sideways a little bit.
So he had to pick it up, and by that time, not a lot of running room. He's probably fortunate to get out. They say he's out the 11-yard line. Now we got Mr. Head official at the sideline again. This guy's a human rain delay.
That we have lost.
Looks like the play clock
on
to
this
the
end.
right of us has went out.
So now they're going to talk to the Huntington, and that the back judge will have to give them the signal when there's 5 seconds left, I believe, on the play clock.
Well, it's really putting a lot of pressure on the Huntington offense right now.
Yeah, tough field position.
Yeah, tough field position. A 5-minute drive by Eastern right there. We're down to 7 minutes left in the third quarter, and you're down by 2 touchdowns. You can't afford to not score right here if you have plans of winning this football game.
Well, they got it straightened out.
They turned both play clocks off. Looks like the back judge is going to keep the play clock.
So Hirsch, your quarterback, standing back near his goal line. He's going to run a quarterback draw around the left side, falls forward, maybe picked up a yard or so.
Looks like he lost a yard, actually, Greg.
So let's call it, he may have lost a half. We'll call it second down and 10. No gain for Hirsch.
Hirsch looks like he has some speed right there, just got tripped up. And, you know, I like Taylor. I like McDonald on that little wide receiver reverse earlier there in the game.
Second down and 10, man in motion. A lot of movement up on the line. Nobody jumped. Now Hirsch going to roll to the right. Looks like he might want to throw. Sideline pattern complete. And a broken tackle down the sideline, still loose. And they say he was out of bounds.
He looks like he was headed to the end zone.
Dalton Nichols.
Number 20. First down of bounds. First down, Huntsmen.
Again, side judge was right there, and Nichols looked like he was going to be off for another 30 or 40 yards. Did get the first down. Nice little turnout pattern. Hirsch rolled to his right, hit him on a curl on the sidelines, and then he broke a tackle up the sidelines before he stepped down. It was a first down. Line of scrimmage was the 11. Out to the 29, give him 18 yards on the pass play. One of the better plays for the Huntsmen tonight.
It seems like there's a bunch of confusion all over the field right now.
It's just, I'm sorry, but this this game was almost looked like a week one for the officiating crew. They were just slowing the game down. Like you said, everything they're having to huddle and get together, and now we got another penalty flag.
Looks like Eastern encroached through the neutral zone.
So we'll mark off 5 yards and make it 1st and 5.
It looks like
it's affected the flow of the game.
Yes, it has. Like, you know, it looked like Huntington set up right there at their line, and then they all kind of stood up and shifted one spot to the left. And I think that's what threw off the Eastern line and kind of just jumped right there. Yeah, there hadn't been much of a flow at all tonight.
Yeah, they do it again. This time they don't jump. They can run the flanker out to the left. And carry to the left side, and not a lot of running room.
Carry number 19, Wes Hamilton. Stop
Hamilton on the carry. Might have lost a couple yards.
Brewer Tomlinson. And number 55, Kane Light. Tackle for a loss.
Not a good 1st and 5 play right there. You lose a yard or two, and
second down and 6.
Kind of get you were ahead of schedule now, you know, kind of maybe on schedule a little bit, but
2nd and 6. Thomas out to the right. 2 wide receivers. Thomas is in the slot. Hirsch rolls to the right. He's got 3 receivers. Stops, looks back to his left, goes over the middle, complete. 45, 50 into Eastern Territory to their 45.
22-yard reception.
Yeah, boy, Nichols has had a really good night, offense and defense.
Yes, he has.
He's a solid player. Out to the 45, or over into the 45 of Eastern. The second first down passing for Hirsch here in the third quarter.
Yes, it was. Nice play right there. I like Hirsch getting out because he's quick. If there's a hole, he can run through there.
And he had to go back to his left. He found his receiver
Absolutely.
nicely.
Yeah.
Sometimes when you're running scrambling, it's hard to find your receivers downfield. Running with a little reverse this time, and maybe 5 yards on the carry. Evan Thomas.
Yep.
Thomas went to the right flank outside his tight end and then got it on a counter handoff coming back the other way. 5 yards. Nice pickup. 2nd and 5. Well, the Huntsmen can drive it down. They'll be back within a score.
Absolutely. I think, you know, I like what their offense is doing here. They slowed themselves down the first 2 drives, but they really scored every time since then. This is an impressive drive starting on their own 10-yard line.
They're going to win some games in the SVC this year.
Yes, they are.
2nd and 5. Hirsch gives off to the big guy Taylor, and not a lot of running room. You'd like to see the big guy going north and south. Once you force him to go east-west, it gives the defense a chance against the big guy.
Yeah, he's the guy that you want, like you said, going north and south and kind of looking for contact, initiating that contact, and pushing through the defense and
After a tackle for the loss,
putting in a tough spot right here,
seven.
3rd and 6. You know, this 4-down territory, in my opinion, down,
Yeah,
2
you're down
scores.
2 scores.
Yeah, I like Hirsch kind of rolling out to the right. You got 2 receivers out here, Troy McDonald Jr. and Donald Nichols. The trips, actually. Evan Thomas is out here.
Roll to the right, looking to throw. Hirsch looking, stops, looks back over the middle. Throws across the middle, got his man at the 31 to the 30.
Dalton
and
Nichols.
once again, it's Dalton Nichols on the catch and a first down.
I'm going to give him 13 yards right there. 3 catches for Nichols on this drive.
A big 3rd down completion. It's very similar. Hirsch rolled to his right, stopped and came back up the middle, found his man, and first down. 28-14, Eastern on top. They scored with less than 30 seconds to go in the first half to lead 20-14, and then scored on their opening drive of the 3rd quarter.
They've been running that same play right there, Greg, on 3rd down, just kind of like a layers, a short out, a medium out, and a deep out right there. They found Nichols.
You trips to the right and
Yes.
send those 3 guys down.
Yep.
3:10 to play 3rd quarter. Man in motion. That's McDonald. Hirsch back to pass, looking. Throws deep down the left sideline. Pretty good coverage. And down near the pylon, the ball is
incomplete.
How about a incomplete? Looking for a celebration penalty there, to be truthful, on Bowles.
Really a pretty good throw right there.
Yeah,
Kind
was.
of put it where the only
Right.
spot where
Right near the pylon.
Nichols could get it, not the defensive player, just wasn't able to come up with it. But, you know, I like the play calling, being aggressive right here. And, you know, Hirsch is throwing the ball well.
2nd down and 10. The ball at the 29 of Eastern. And obviously Huntington would love to get a score. We're late in the 3rd quarter. They trail by 14 points, 28-14. Clock stopped on the incomplete pass.
Trips to the left.
They roll to the left towards the trips. Hirsch looking, going to run with it. 30, cuts 25, inside the 25, near the first down marker at about the 21. Will be shy of the first down. Nice decision by Frankie Hirsch to just turn it upfield. And you mentioned once he turns up, he's got good speed.
He does. He's he's one of the better athletes in the SVC, and you like him back there at quarterback. He's got a great arm. We've seen that already. But he's got the quickness. If he sees a gap, he can break through there. And they're having a lot of success on this rollout play with Trips receivers, Greg. He's shown he can throw the ball, and he's shown right there he can shoot through that gap and pick up 7 or 8 yards. So it looks like Huntington's in a tight formation right here.
3rd down and short, 3rd and a long 2. They go to that where they've gotten their touchdown on this play. They hand it again, Hamilton straight ahead, and that's been effective. They run Hamilton just off of the right guard. Fake the snap all the way back to the pistol, and it goes to him in short carry. Hamilton, he got the first down. Both their touchdowns came on that same play.
Yeah, that's an effective play. It's kind of like a tush push a little bit, like you said.
First
Same
down,
back, same
Huntington.
play.
Inside the 20, first a brand new set of downs. And again, straight ahead, not much running room.
Maybe a yard. They went no huddle right there, trying to catch Eastern not ready, but Eastern did a good job right there. You know, low man usually wins, and their D-line got low right there and held the line.
One of the Huntsman linemen slow getting up, but one of the other Huntsmen just picked him up and said, "Come on, we need you. You're going. We're going to pull you back to the huddle."
Hirsch is actually lined up as a wide receiver in this formation.
Yeah, Taylor is in the Wildcat. See if they snap directly to Taylor. They do. He's going to run to the right side. Got 5 up the middle, dives forward, landed on the 10-yard line. It'll be shy of the first down.
That's that north-south run, Greg, that you
Yes.
were talking about, and that's what you need to get out of Taylor right there. You know, 3rd and 3, I kind of like the same play, or Hirsch rolling out to the right side right here. able to throw the ball.
Looked like he
going to a strong
thought he
side.
landed on the 10. Official moves it back to the 11. 3rd and 3. 3rd and 3 for the Huntsmen.
Wildcat again. For
under
Taylor.
a minute to play, third quarter. They're down by 2 scores. Taylor, Wildcat, straight ahead, falls inside the 10, did not get the first down.
Picked up a couple.
Isaac Taylor, stop made by number 5, Austin Webb.
I'll give him 2 on there.
Yeah, from the 11 to the 9. Going to be 4th down.
30 seconds left in the third quarter.
Now, what they've done is Taylor and the Wildcat, they put Hamilton right up almost off behind center, behind the guard, and snap him the ball. They almost hand it off to him straight ahead, almost like a tush push with him up right behind the right guard with Hamilton. There's another running back up with him, but it's been Hamilton every time. I think they're going to let the clock run out and let the quarter come to an end on a big, big 4th down call for the Huntsmen. And we run down, and we've ended the third quarter. Eastern adds a score in the third period. We've ended the 3 quarters of play here in Pike County. The Thomason Insurance SVC Game of the Week, Eastern 28, Huntington 14. Back with more football after this.
At the end of
At Tomlinson Insurance, we've been protecting families, farms, and businesses since 1853. From auto, home, farm, life, or health, we tailor coverage that fits your world. With multiple carriers to meet your insurance needs. Real people, real service. Local agents who can answer the phone and care when it matters most. Tomlinson Insurance. Let our history be your future. Call or stop by today.
Looking for a home away from home for your furry friend? Welcome to Red Woof Inn, where tails wag and dreams come true. At Red Woof, we offer spacious play areas, cozy naps, and personalized care from our dedicated team. Whether your pup loves fetch or just snuggling, we've got it covered. Our facilities are top-notch, and our staff are dog lovers through and through. From playtime adventures to treat-filled cuddle sessions, we ensure your pup has a blast. Give your dog a vacation they'll love at Red Woof Inn, located on Old Dixon Road in MacArthur. Call 740-649-8640 to book your fur baby stay while spots are still available.
On our Thomas Insurance SVC Game of the Week. Our game brought to you by Thomas Insurance, your local McDonald's restaurants, Ross County Banking Center, Chillicothe Signs and Screen Printing, Greenwald Lawn and Landscape, The Lunchbox, Rec Creations, Kingston National Bank, and Monroe's Collision. Our Monroe's Collision so far, I think, was Rhett Phipps.
Looking for a home away from
home. He was limping again a minute ago. He's kind of been in and out, seemed getting banged up a bit tonight. Well, Jaron, you just said it. This is certainly for Huntington the play of the night. If they do not able to get this first down, going to be tough to come from 2 scores down against this Eastern offense.
It is. It's interesting to see what Coach Beeler draws up right here. You've had success with multiple different plays. It looks like maybe the push here.
Yeah, Hirsch is up under center. And he gives to the first man through. They're pushing forward.
Touchdown.
And he's still pushing. Touchdown. Wow.
Carry to the end zone.
Yeah.
Huntsman, touchdown by number 19.
Is that Hamilton? Yeah,
that's
it is Hamilton. Now, he's got all 3, does he not?
Does. Yes, he does. The interesting thing about that play, Greg, is as I'm watching that, they got Carson McNeil lined up as like a wing back behind the offensive line, and they hand the ball off to Hamilton, and McNeil comes behind. He's a huge kid. He's just coming in and shoving him.
We talked about it, the push in his hand. Yeah,
just shoved him all the way to the end zone.
Extra point. McDonald kick is up, plenty strong enough, and the kick is up, and it is good. So the Huntsmen answer as they come down, march down the field, and score to make it 28-21, 11:53 left in the ball game. You're listening to the Tomlinson Insurance SVC Game of the Week, and we will return with the kickoff after this timeout.
Looking for a job that
Craving something unique and delicious? Swing by the Lunchbox in Chillicothe, home of the famous pretzel sandwich. You'll love our all-day breakfast favorites, from hearty breakfast croissants to sausage gravy and omelet. And don't miss our fresh lemonade shake-ups, perfect to sip alongside any meal. Sink your teeth into our signature pretzel sandwiches like the savory Italian, loaded turkey club, or mouth-watering Reuben. We are right downtown at 24 East Water Street, ready for dine-in or quick carry-out.
Turn next week with our 3-man crew, and we travel up to Westfall. Well, Jaron, let's see if we can get a stop here. If you're the
Yeah, I
Huntsmen.
mean, that's the name of the game right now. You have to get a stop. You're moving the ball on offense. You're scoring touchdowns. You've got to come up with a Wow.
He does a good job. Trips to the right side. And a handoff up the middle, a spin, and a little bit of running room. Nice job running the football by Montgomery.
Montgomery, Stop Me by Evan Thomas.
Looked like Montgomery got about 6 yards right there.
I think we're getting interference on our Wi-Fi or something. So, second down and 5 after the 5-yard pickoff by Montgomery. Handoff up the middle and near first down, pulled down is Montgomery.
Here by number 1, Jack Montgomery. That'll be a first down, Eastern Eagles.
Montgomery finds those holes, Greg, and he can burst through there, but when Isaac Taylor grabs him, he basically throws him down. Again, a first down, and I know we're still early in the fourth quarter here, but you got to start looking at the clock a little bit too as we get close to 10 and a half minutes.
I'm not sure we're getting – I apologize for all the side noise. I think we're getting this noise into our Wi-Fi system here, but hopefully you can hear us all right. That was a first down for the Eagles. Tried to get his mic turned on.
Man, I just
Offsetting penalties. So the play will stand at dead ball foul. So the 5-yard pickup on the carry by Kelly will stand. It'll second down and 5. 10:20 left in the football game. 28-21 in favor of the Eagles.
that's a tough call right there. I didn't see what happened. I just see the flag being thrown, but man, if it's only on Eastern, you're talking about 15 yards.
Yeah. I don't think that's going to happen here. Second down and 5. Eric Manley, low snap. He's going to run it himself straight ahead, pushing, and he got a first down. Well, kind of like Taylor on the other side, where Taylor's able to just keep pushing forward, but Taylor's built like a Sherman tank. Manley's 6'6", 230. He's an entirely different style runner, but when he gets to leaning forward, it's tough to bring him down. He picks up a first down, got about 6. And Eastern right on the move. Huntsman just not able to get a stop here. In the first half, they got stops, but penalties hurt.
Yes.
This half, they've just not been able to get a stop on either drive for the Eagles.
Yeah, he's a really good athlete.
He is.
He must really not like basketball.
I'm the basketball coach. I'm camping out on his porch.
Yes, I would be also. Trips to the right.
Still in that pistol formation. Single running back beside Manley. He's going to pitch it out to the right. And the run by Montgomery. Got 5. He's got 10. Cuts back across, and he's got 12 and a first down. That play in the first half only went for a couple of yards. You think Huntington's wearing down a little bit, Jim?
I actually think so because I just seen them subbing some guys the play right before this play. There is a penalty flag.
Over on this side.
Let's see what this is.
The linesman on the home side here has not been a real good friend of the Huntsmen tonight.
Holding on the defense.
Wow. I'm being facetious. If I'm Coach Beeler, I'm thinking about asking that guy's home address on this side of the field because it just seems like a lot of times tonight. I mean,
and sometimes
that was 10 yards down the field. How do you get
and it's
defensive
totally away
holding?
from the ball? Yes, if it doesn't affect the play, it is what it is.
Yeah. There's been some really tough calls on the Huntsmen tonight, and you're trying to beat a very good Eastern team.
Yes.
Manley looking to throw, lobs it right side, end zone, and incomplete.
Yeah.
Good coverage.
20 Nichols was definitely getting his hands up. If anything, that could have been offensive pass
Yes, I
interference
agree.
right there because the wide receiver, Peters, kind of pushed off a little bit.
Yeah, I did. Yeah, Nichols threw his hands up in the air and go, you know what? I am staying way far. I'm not taking any chances. The kind of tough calls we've had tonight of you calling interference on me. And you're right. Peters actually, it was an uncatchable ball, but he was actually the one that pushed off. 2nd and 10, late substitution for the Huntsmen.
I bring a run blitz right here.
And they do run it off the left side. Got room and almost thought he lost the football, but close to the first down. Montgomery's starting to be able to jig and jag a little bit up the middle and make some nice cuts, inside cuts.
Yeah, I'll tell you what I'm seeing, Greg, is I'm seeing Huntington. They seem to be a little more concerned about maybe stripping the ball right now instead of tackling him.
Yeah.
And he's been able to pick up a few yards after contact. In the first half, really up until this fourth quarter, he hasn't been getting the yak. And, just wrapping. First guy needs to wrap him up. The second guy maybe go for the ball.
At the 15 of Huntington, 3rd and short yardage, down to 8 minutes to play in the ball game. Eastern up by a touchdown. Manley straight ahead, nice little jig up front, and he made that quick jump step from Montgomery, and that quick jump step gives him a first down.
Yeah, good little, like a side slide right there by Montgomery as soon as he got in. Huntington, their DNs got in there. He just kind of avoided them real quick, and a hole opened up. And looks like we got 1st and goal from about the 9.5-yard line.
1st and goal for Eastern. They lead at 28-21, 7.5 left in the football game. I'll tell you what, both in the second half, their drives have just taken a lot of time and methodically going down the field. Now they got 1st and goal to 9. Again, Montgomery has been effective running the ball. Now we got a timeout. Huntington, one of the coaches called timeout from the sidelines.
We've been protecting families, farms, and businesses since 1853. From auto, home, farm. At Tomlinson Insurance, we've been protecting families, farms, and businesses since At Tomlinson Insurance, we've been protecting families, farms, and businesses since 1853. From auto, home, farm, life, or health, we tailor coverage that fits your world with multiple carriers to meet your insurance needs. Real people, real service, local agents who can answer the phone and care when it matters most. Tomlinson Insurance. Let our history be your future. Call or stop by today.
Second by Huntington.
You like saving your timeouts, Greg, but I'll be honest, I don't mind that timeout.
Yeah,
the Huntington defense looks tired. This is 1st and goal. You have to hold them right here. There's only 7 minutes and 13 seconds left in the ball game.
First and goal to go, so a timeout by the Huntsmen. Here we go, and rolling out. Manley, short man, is wide open. It's a 5. Got a nice tackle near the goal line. Big hit coming up. And kept him out of the end zone. That was Evan Thomas. A beautiful hit, saved the touchdown, but it's might just be a few seconds before they score because they're down. They picked up 8 down to the 1-yard line. Nice hit by Thomas coming up. Solid hit to stop the back out of the backfield on the pass.
Kelly again, yeah.
They're going to hand off straight ahead. Second man through, stretching forward.
Looked like an offensive
touchdown. Looked like a lineman.
Maybe
the 67.
Brewer Tomlinson.
Yeah, they put Tomlinson, their offensive tackle, in the backfield, let him take it to 1 yard in. And a nice job by Eastern after Huntington went down to get within a score. Eastern comes back with a 68-yard touchdown drive. And the score. That'll make it 34-21. Still 6:40 left in the football game. And it looks like Eastern, they kicked their first 2 extra points. You know, I'm like Jaron, maybe the kicker's hurt, but they have gone for 2 every time since. They've been successful in a 2-point conversion the last 2 times. Trip receivers to the right. Again, Montgomery's been able to get up the middle and gain good yardage on the handoff here out of the pistol. Manley, the quarterback, set to go, and the snap. Manley's going to run it himself, and this time he's not going to make it. Good penetration by the Huntsmen, stops the 2-point conversion. Timeout on the field, 6:40 left in regulation. Eastern, the Eagles 34. And, well, wait, was there a flag on the play?
Well, if he didn't throw it, it fell out of his pocket.
All right, well, let's take a break. 34-21 our score. The Huntsmen are down by 13. Back with the Eastern kickoff. It's the Thomas & Insurance SVC Game of the Week.
Ready to transform your entire lawn? Call Greenwald Lawn and Landscape. Just need a quick mow? Call Greenwald Lawn and Landscape. Driveway full of snow? Call Greenwald Lawn and Landscape. Greenwald Lawn and Landscape provides expert lawn care, landscaping, and snow removal services for year-round property maintenance. Call the experts at Greenwald 740-701-6744. Greenwald Lawn and Landscape, a proud sponsor of SVC Sports.
Our employees certainly get the credit for that growth. The relationships that they build, people want to deal with people they can trust, they know, feel connected to. And I think that's where a community bank such as Kingston really shines. The color of money is the same no matter where you go, but I think the people behind it is what makes the difference. Having the empathy to understand what's going on in someone's business or personal lives and how you might be able to help it. I think our customers expect that, want that, and truthfully, they deserve that.
Close to the Huntington sideline.
Of course. Well, I tell you what, Evan Nichols has had a ball game tonight.
He's been very impressive, that's for sure.
You know, Hirsch has been solid at quarterback, but when Nichols has been.
I think
Nichols was your returner.
I think I just saw a block in the back or a sideline warning. Let's see what we got here.
We got an Eastern player down back at the 35, being attended to. Another 10-yard penalty. Huntsman got to be close to 100 yards on penalties, aren't they?
That may have, let's see
That may have done it.
92 yards is where I got him at.
Many of them on crucial plays, into some big plays. Oh, we got 2 Eagle players injured, one being walked back and the other still out on the field. So it'll still be Huntsman football. Great return.
Yeah, huge return by Dalton Nichols.
Dalton Nichols, yeah. He took that at the 10, returned it all the way down near the 40 of Eastern, so a 50-yard return.
So I think if I'm Huntington right here, 6.5 minutes to go. I know that you've had success running the football, but Hirsch has been really successful rolling out and throwing the ball. I think that's what you got to do. So, on an incomplete pass, the clock stops because that's going to become a big factor here in the last 6 minutes. They've got to score, get a stop, a turnover, maybe an onside kick recovery. They've got to do something. You got to score first, but you got to make a big play after that to get yourself back in this game.
Huntsman will have the football. They'll bring it back. They're just into Eastern territory, and for that mark off of the penalty, let's call it the Eastern 48. Man in motion. Snap back to Hurst. They will throw it. He's got pressure. Now he's going to try to avoid the first man.
Oh, he's got
back to
plenty
the
of
right
room.
side. He's got some room. He's back to the line of scrimmage, 5 yards, maybe 6, and taken out of bounds on the far side.
That was a good tackle right there, Greg. If I couldn't see the number, but if he didn't tackle Hirsch right there, he'd had probably 15 or 20 more yards.
Yeah, I believe that was number 4, Christian Smith, senior, made that open field tackle on Hirsch. But Hirsch wound up, after reversing his field, getting around the end, picked up about 7. Second down and 3. Clock moving, 5:47. 5:45 to go in the ball game. Huntsmen are down by 13.
Trips to the left.
Hirsch rolls to the left. Looking, looks across the middle. They got it covered. Now he's being pressured. Throws to the sidelines and incomplete. Good coverage.
Yeah.
Well, that's where he's rolled out and then stopped, and then looked back to the guy coming over the middle. That time there were a lot of brown jerseys, and he wasn't able to find anybody. And wisely, why you can tell he's a senior. He threw the ball, or he's a junior.
Junior, yeah.
He threw the ball out of bounds.
I think, I'll give that play right there. I'm going to give credit to Eastern's coaching staff. They kind of knew they were going to throw it.
Yes,
That's what
did.
they've been doing. I think Hirsch would have been better off to just went ahead and tuck it and run right there and try to get that first down. Now you got 2 plays here to pick up a first down, 3rd down and 4.
Taylor's back in the backfield. Just to the right of Frankie Hirsch. Hirsch rolls to the right, looking to run, cuts it up, first down. Back to the outside, down the sidelines and pushed out of bounds. But about a 10-yard pickup on a straight quarterback sweep from Frankie Hirsch. First down, Huntsman.
Yeah, nice play call right there. If he's not the best athlete on the field, he's definitely one of them. And that you want to put the ball in your athlete's hands in crunch time situations. And, I guess the clock is stopped, but I was going to say Huntington is taking their time in the huddle here. They need to play with a little bit more urgency here. Try to get a quick score. I mean, we're down to 5.5 minutes to go.
They trail 34-21.
Nobody's guarding Nichols out here. There comes a small that's a mismatch.
Back to pass. Hirsch looking deep down over the middle, almost intercepted.
And Dalton Nichols had a mismatch out here, one-on-one. You see number 4 out here pointing and yelling at us. Somebody's got to cover him.
Yeah.
I know sometimes that's the play call, but you see a mismatch like that, you try to take advantage of those things.
Clock stopped on the incomplete pass. 5:24 left in regulation. We travel to Westfall next week from week number 3. The Mustangs host the Tigers of Circleville. Earlier, Circleville was losing to Courthouse by a touchdown, and last score I saw Westfall was up 21-20 over Logan Elm, but that was, I think, maybe halftime.
Westfall's up 35-20 right now.
Rolling to the left, Hirsch has to cut inside. Going to run with it. Now he throws at the last second for Nichols. Diving attempt. Almost a great catch by Dalton Nichols.
Now, the one thing you got to be careful of is it still second down?
Yeah,
Nichols is limping a little bit, but Nichols is getting a little bit tired too. He's been running down the field, and he just had the 50-yard kickoff return.
One official, I don't know if he's talking to. They're trying to decide.
Holding on the offense.
Oh. Well,
that puts them over the century
over 100 yards of penalties against the Huntsmen tonight. Some really crucial ones. If you joined us late in the first half, Huntington threw a touchdown pass that didn't count because there was an inadvertent whistle. That was to
Carson McNeil.
Yeah, McNeil made a catch amongst 2 defenders.
Now we have an official's timeout.
Well,
something to do.
I
with
will have
football.
to again. I'm not sure the name of this crew, but I highly recommend if you want the game over normal time. Wow, it's just been some strange calls. Again, the one we're talking about, McNeil caught the ball and 2 defenders, turned, did not go down, didn't even stop momentum, spun out of the 2 tacklers when he up and got the catch, spun around and went into the end zone for a touchdown of 47 yards, and they brought it back to 22.
I like this matchup down here, Greg. Calvin Hirsch, the freshman, Frankie's younger brother. hadn't caught a ball, but it looks like he's got 4 or 5 inches down here. If you can get the ball to him, he's got plenty of space.
2nd and long after the holding call, 2nd and 20. Hirsch looking, throws deep down the right side. Got a man deep. Can he make the catch? Just incomplete. I think it was for McDonald.
Yeah.
Down the right sidelines. It'll be 3rd and 20 for the Huntsmen, and still 5:11 to go in regulation.
Looks like he, nothing wrong with the play call. Just kind of overthrew him by maybe a yard or two. Maybe he got his fingertips on it, maybe. But again, the one thing I like about Hirsch is even when he misses, it's in a position where the defense really doesn't have a chance to get the football. He's doing a good job of taking care of the football.
So it'll be 3rd down and 20.
You got to at least get half of them here,
Yeah,
Greg.
Hirsch had got that first down and on that roll around the right side, but since then it's...
And we still got some confusion about a football. It's like Huntington is using the football. I don't know if there's a problem with the ball. They were kicking off. Looked like maybe the wrong team took it. I'm not 100% sure.
They get a ball. They throw it over to the Huntington sidelines. Now they got a football back in play. 3rd and 20.
I think you got to try to find McDonald Jr. or Nichols right here.
Yeah.
There we go. We got the defensive line to jump. Again, with the line shift right there.
Yeah, offsides on the defense. So instead of 3rd and 20, it'd be 3rd and 15 and mark it off. 5:11 on the clock left in regulation.
Yeah, that's hard to prepare for. Even if you practice it, like it's hard to, go against that.
Yeah, linemen don't set and then they move again. And now timeout's going to be called by Eastern. Timeout on the field, 5:11 left in regulation. The Eagles lead to 34-21. You're listening to the Tomlinson Insurance SVC Game of the Week.
Our employees certainly get the credit for that growth. The relationships that they build, people want to deal with people they can trust, they know, feel connected to. And I think that's where a community bank such as Kingston really shines. The color of money is the same no matter where you go, but I think the people behind it is what makes the difference. Having the empathy to understand what's going on in someone's business or personal lives and how you might be able to help it. I think our customers expect that, want that, and truthfully, they deserve that.
3rd and 10.
Clock hasn't moved for about a half hour, and we went 10 yards back, and now 5 and 5 back the other way, back to 3rd and 10. Hirsch rolls to the left. Got a little bit of room. He may run with it. He will run with it.
Nice block.
Cuts back inside. Got a good
that
block.
was not a... He did not get him in the back right there, Greg. He got him right on the shoulder pad, it looked like. And they're going to call a block in the back.
No, now he's going to call
it's on
holding against. I'll tell you, the linesman on this side, on the Eastern side, has. Yep, I'll just say every crucial situation in the game, the guy's thrown his flag against the Huntsmen. Now, and I agree. It was down below us right here in front of the Eastern bench. A nice play. Hirsch made a nice run, very near for it was going to be 4th and short. Now it's going to be 3rd and about 14.
Let's see if they can draw them off sides again.
Under 5 minutes to play. I wonder what the record is for most flags thrown in a game. This crew is, wow. Let him play. Hirsch throws deep down the right side. Got a man. He stops, comes back for the ball, but he can't make the catch. A little bit high over there on the attempt, and now it's going to be fourth down. McDonald was the intended receiver. Looked like McDonald was going to be able to come back against the defender and make the catch, but the ball was too high. He tried to go up and high point it, but he couldn't bring it down, and now fourth down.
Got to reach down into your bag of tricks if you got one here. But this play is basically the ball game right now. 4.5 minutes, fourth down and 14. You've kind of used your trick of drawing them off sides a couple times. I don't know if that's going to work right here. Let's see if Huntington's got anything else up their sleeve. Obviously, you got to throw the football. I like Hirsch rolling out. Look for Nichols, McDonald.
And here we go, 4th and 14. Taylor back in the backfield. We got two receivers. Thomas flank to the left, Hirsch back to pass. Looking, scrambling. Now he's going to throw it deep down the left sidelines, and it is caught right in front of the defender on the catch.
Carson McNeil.
McNeil. That looked like it was going to be an easy interception or knockdown. And McNeil just stepped right between two brown jerseys and got the ball inside the 5.
I'll tell you what, Greg, I've been really impressed with Carson McNeil. I kind of forgot about him, but he had the huge play there in the first half.
Right.
Maybe they need to utilize him some more. He's a big target for Frankie Hirsch.
Yeah, he and Nichols are two good receivers for Hirsch. All right, back in it. On 4th and 14, they get a first down inside the 5. See if they can punch it in. Hirsch run around the left side, going to turn it in, go to the corner, and he's inside the pylon for the touchdown. Frankie Hirsch scores. Yeah, never say die. The Huntsmen hang around. They're going to get back within a score with 4:05 left in the football game.
Yeah, nice blocking, even by the wide receivers out there. Hirsch just needed the 4 yards. They did a good job of just getting that initial block, and Hirsch is athletic enough and found the gap, just basically put his foot on the pylon there.
McDonald will attempt the extra point. He's been perfect tonight, and that one, he's got a good foot. That ball is up, and it is good. Timeout on the field. The Eagles 34, Huntington 28. They're back within 6, 4:05. You're listening to the Thomason Insurance SVC Game of the Week. Back with a kickoff in 30 seconds.
At Tomlinson Insurance, we've been protecting families, farms, and businesses since 1853. From auto, home, farm, life, or health, we tailor coverage that fits your world. With multiple carriers to meet your insurance needs. Real people, real service. Local agents who can answer the phone and care when it matters most. Tomlinson Insurance. Let our history be your future. Call or stop by today.
You've been watching SVC Game of the Week, presented to you by Tomlinson Insurance.
Well, the Huntsmen, they only trail 34-28. Jaron, they've had 100 and some yards. Some of them deserving, but 100 some yards of penalties. 3 or 4 penalties have just been kind of brutal after a big play for Huntington and brought back. All that going on, they've given up a score on a 4th down. But they could have rolled over and quit in this game. So many things have gone wrong.
I like what I see.
You got to love them coming back and fighting back, and they're back within 6. They could just get a stop.
You like onside kick right here, Greg, or what do you like? Like kicking it deep? I feel like personally, timeout right here by Eastern. We're going to keep it here. I feel like I like an onside kick, even though there's 4 minutes left in the ball game, because Eastern has scored touchdowns their last 5 possessions. So even if you don't get an onside kick, you're short in the field, and maybe you save yourself a little bit of time if they do score. But I like the onside kick. I don't know if I like the pooch kick. I think I just, line up 6 or 7 guys on this side, however many you're allowed. I think you have the physical advantage if the ball bounces the right way and you pounce on it. And here's the other thing, we've mentioned this a few times. Eastern went for 2 last time and didn't get it. It's a 6-point bowl game, right? So this extra point could be looming large here. But at the end of the day, you've got to get a turnover or a stop. Let's just state the obvious here. They haven't stopped them for really the whole game.
Yeah, we've only had 1 turnover all night, right?
Yes,
Their first
yes,
series,
the interception.
and
And that was in the end zone.
Right.
Eastern has scored a touchdown every other time they've had the football. So you really have not stopped them. I like the onside kick here.
They called the Eastern coaching staff, Coach Thomason called timeout. I think they want to get ready for this. McDonald will kick it off. They only have everybody up except for 1 deep receiver. And they do onside kick it, just as you talked about, and recovered.
Yeah, they recover it. Okay. You didn't get it. Now you gotta defend the run. First guy has to wrap him up. You gotta wrap up the runner. They did a good job of that earlier here recently. They're trying to strip the ball. You need to tackle first. First guy wrap him up, then gang tackle and try to strip the ball and get loose, because I would imagine Eastern's going to try to run the ball here on 1st and 2nd down to keep that clock moving.
4:05 left in the ball game, 34-28. Hanley handoff right side and 3 or 4 yards. Good tackle. Looked like Montgomery get on the carry. That time they were able to stop it. Give him 3, 2nd down and 7. Clock runs under 4 minutes.
I wouldn't even put a safety in right now, Greg. I would load up that box man-to-man on any receiver they have. And, you got to stop the run. You got to put them in a situation where they have to throw. And I think the only way to do that is to load up the box and try to, get them for a no gain or a loss right here.
Dalton Nichols. Dalton had the interception, did he not, in the first half?
He did.
He was out there covering Peters, but again, I think they'll run it again. 2nd down and 7. Manley, the big quarterback, rolls to the right, going to carry it. Now he's being pressured. It's around the right side. He's being hemmed in and taken down. And they say run the clock. He did not get out of bounds, but he's going to lose yardage.
Yeah, he lost a lot of yards right there, Greg. He lost 9 yards. 9 yards.
Huntington calls a timeout.
Yeah.
Stop the clock at 3:02. It'll be 3rd down and long.
The one thing that you got to be careful about right there with Huntington is you don't want to get a late hit, right? Do not want to get a late hit call
you don't want
on the quarterback. Don't even give him a chance to call that.
Don't give these guys a chance to call it on you. I mean, there's been some strange calls tonight. So, yeah, you don't want to allow that. So it'll be 3rd down. Keep it right here in the timeout for Huntington.
3rd down and 12. You've really – you force them into a passing situation, I would say. Would you agree with me, Greg, or no?
Yeah, if you're Eastern, you really don't want to give the ball to Huntington because they've been moving the football.
You haven't stopped Huntington. Yeah. So the only play, if I was Eastern, if I wasn't going to throw the ball, I would just do a quarterback run with Manley. That's probably been one of their best running plays all night. He's your tallest kid. He weighs the most, strongest kid. He's quick. I would watch for the quarterback run. And 3rd and 14. You really want to make them punt right here. You don't want to get it like a 4th and 1, 4th and 2, where you give them an option to go for it.
They're going to run trips to the right. They have nobody in the backfield other than quarterback. Quarterback run. Everybody's out of the backfield except Manley. Looking. Throws it deep down the left sidelines. Coverage. And did he catch it? Wow.
Heck of a play.
That was a heck of a play. Hirsch had good coverage. I thought he was going to be able to knock it down. Manley's got some nice receivers. The receivers are listed. Webb's listed at 6'2", Bauer at 6 foot, and Peters listed at 6'3". So they got 3 guys that could go up and get it. Their 3 receivers and a quarterback could be a heck of a basketball team.
Absolutely.
6'3", 6'2", 6'2", 6'6". Wow. Big first down for the Eagles on that long pass down the sideline. Just fade pattern down the sideline. Carry up the middle. Quick tackle by the Huntsman.
Man, that takes the life right out of your
You know, so many good things for Huntington tonight. So there are numerous times on third down where they had a chance they hadn't been able to stop him, the number one, and then over 100 yards in penalties. Those have been two really big keys for the Huntsmen. Huntington has not turned the ball over tonight, right?
They have not, no. You know, regardless of what happens here, Greg, I've been really impressed.
I agree.
They have some nice weapons out there.
I'll tell you what, Evan Thomas, Dalton Nichols, Carson McNeil, they got some guys that are going to could easily be first team all SVC. They got some talented players. Second and short, they run a little bit of a run blitz, can't get him. Now they get him down and get on the carry by
Montgomery. Fumble.
And
Huntington got it. Huntington got it. Wow.
Late on the carry, they was carrying up the middle. And you talked earlier about sometimes he thought they were tackling the football and not getting the guy down, and I think that's what happened there. They didn't get him down, but they were going after the football and knocked it loose.
Yeah, that was wow, big play. Big play right there.
Well, they got a chance. 1:57, just under 2 minutes left in regulation. Huntington trails by 6.
They have a timeout left, Greg? I think they got one left.
Maybe at least one. They got Nichols out to the left. Hirsch rolls to the left. Looking. Now still looking. Scrambling. Scrambling. Throws deep down. He's got a man wide open at the 45, at the 40, and down at the 40 of Eastern.
Wow.
Complete to Evan Thomas. Great job by Frankie Hirsch, scrambling, and finding a man deep down the left side, 40 yards away. 1:44 left. Huntington down by 6. Well, what a comeback this would be for the Huntsmen.
Wow, big play right there.
At the 40. Clock moving after they get the chain set. Hirsch calls signals. Trips to the right side. 3 receivers. Hirsch rolls to the right side. Here comes the blitz. He's moving up. He's going to maybe run with it. He runs ahead. 5. He's got 10. He's back to the left side to the 25. Pulled down from behind inside the 20-yard line. First down, Huntsman.
23-yard run right there by Frankie Hirsch.
Hirsch showing the speed, scrambling. This began back, at their 20-yard line?
At the 20-yard line, 2 plays. Left Evan Thomas wide open for a 39-yard pass, a 23-yard run right there by Frankie Hirsch. I love rolling him out and giving that option of a pass and throw.
Ball on the 17-yard line, 1st and 10. Hirsch rolls to the right, tries to get outside. Now he's going to be knocked down from behind. Good scrambling defense for the Eagles. And I think Huntington will use possibly that last time out.
Yeah.
They used the one right before the third down and long pass for Easter moments ago. Let's keep it right here. Under a minute to play, 51 and a half seconds. Huntington trailed 20-14 at the half. They fell behind 28-14.
They're on the 15-yard line, Greg. I think right now, if you're Coach Beeler, what you're talking to your quarterback about is
don't get sacked.
Don't get sacked. And if you have the opportunity to throw the football, throw the ball. And you got to tell your guys, if you're not getting a first down, let's try to get out of bounds.
Well, remember that last drive, 4th and 13, Hirsch threw the ball down near the pylon. Looked like that was the end of the game because it was going to be knocked down, and somehow McNeil caught the ball for the touchdown.
You make a great
or got
point.
it to 2.
I like targeting McNeil right now. You can get a first down in the middle of the field. Plenty of time for that. Another option I like, they ran this early in the game, Greg. They did the fake handoff to Taylor, and he snuck out down the sideline over here. I like one of those 2 plays right here. Look for McNeil or look for Taylor slipping out after the fake handoff. We got ourselves a ball game, folks.
51 and a half seconds. Huntington made it 28-21 and 34. 21 and 34-28. Second down and 8. Hirsch rolls to the left. Stops. Pressure. Heavy pressure. Throws it finally up in the air and incomplete to the sidelines. But what a job by Frankie Hirsch to avoid the sack, getting rid of it. It'll be 3rd down.
Yeah, that great play, and also to get it to where a receiver is, so there's no chance of, just throwing the penalty right there for intentional grounding and still getting the ball where nobody can catch it. So you got 3rd and 8. You got 2 plays to get the first down.
45 seconds.
Looks like a first down is going to be about the 7-yard line right here.
The ball is at the 15.
Don't forget about Carson McNeil.
3rd down, 8. And 45 seconds remain. The Huntsmen down by 6. A score and the extra point kick would give them a win. Hurst in the pistol. Hurst back, looking, rolls to the left, gets outside. He breaks containment. Down to the outside, trying to get out of bounds, and he gets inside the 10 and out of bounds.
I'm not sure if he got a first down, Greg, but he's really close.
Well, I tell you what, he is an athlete. Using his speed, he got inside the 10. Where will they spot it?
The official signaling 4th down. He looks like he's about the 7.5 or 8-yard line. 4th
Just
and 1.
shy. Yeah, 4th and 1. 37.4. So they got if you get to first down, the clock stops to move the chains.
Tush
You're all
push,
right.
like the tush push. Call 2 plays right here. 2 plays.
3 times tonight they put Hamilton up near the center, give him the ball and a quick handoff, and it pushed him from behind 3 times for a touchdown.
They scored a touchdown on this play from 9 yards earlier in the game, but they're not in the tush push formation.
No, they got Hirsch back in the pistol. Hirsch going to run with it around the end. Nice inside, down to the 5. He got into the 4, and I think he got the first down. First down.
I don't know if you need to spike it here.
Yeah, clock moving, 27 seconds, and they spike the football.
Okay.
25.7, 34-28. Ball spotted, about the 4.
Yeah. Obviously, they don't have any timeouts left. So if you run the tush push play, you better score a touchdown. I don't think that's a good option right now.
Yeah, Frankie's been running. I'd like Frankie on the outside.
Like Frankie. Look for Carson McNeil. He's a big target down there. He's shown he can get the ball. He can maneuver around those defenders. He's strong, and he's got really good hands.
Huntsman trying to upset the Eagles, who didn't lose a game last year, 10-0 in a regular season. 34-28, down by 6. At the 4, 2nd and goal to go. Hurst rolls to the right, throws to the sideline, incomplete. It'll be 3rd and goal to go.
They just ran that layers play right there that they've been running all night.
Yeah, from the 4, the guys were tight together. So at the 4-yard line.
3rd down.
21.4. 3rd and goal to go. Huntsman, if they could score, kick the extra point, could be a huge win. They were trailed by as many as 14 tonight. Hirsch, 3rd down from the 4. Hirsch rolls to the right again. Looking, throws to the sidelines. Got a man.
Touchdown! Evan Thomas.
Touchdown, Huntington.
Pass complete to number 0, Evan Thomas.
Evan Thomas, same pattern down to the pylon. Inside for the touchdown, 34-34. And here comes the extra point. It'll be McDonald at 34-34, 16 seconds remain in regulation. The Huntsmen have come back to tie at 34-34. Comes the extra point, ball down, kick is up, it's done, and it's good. McDonald with the extra point, 35-34. And you talked about last time when Eastern went for 2, did not make it. It made it a 6-point lead. And now the Huntsmen with a 1-point advantage, 35-34 with 16 seconds remaining.
Wow. What a drive from the Huntington Huntsmen.
But give credit to the fumble.
Yes, give credit to the defense. They got the fumble recovery. They go 80 yards in about a minute and 50 seconds.
Under 2 minutes to play.
2 huge plays. The big play, the throw to
Evan Thomas
down here. The big run by Hirsch. Hirsch finds Thomas again in the end zone. He probably caught it about the 2-yard line, saw a little hole, and just snuck right through there. What a ball game, folks.
Thomas with the big catch for 35, 40 yards on the first play of that series, and then the touchdown catch for Evan Thomas. Well, you still got 16 seconds. This is a dangerous offense for Eastern. Certainly they can put the ball in the air. And it's 35-34 with 16 seconds. McDonald will kick it off. We'll keep it right here. Almost get him to return the ball maybe and eat a little time. McDonald kicks it. Line drive kick. Bouncing, and picked up. Back at the 25 to the 30. Look out! No. And out to the 40-yard
I think he fumbled, Greg.
line.
Oh, they're calling him
it down.
But I'm almost positive I saw that ball come out. But yeah, it is what it is. They got the ball about the 40-yard line. We've got a Huntington player that's down right now, back at the 25.
Ball will be spotted just over the 40-yard line. It'll be 11 seconds remaining.
Yeah,
maybe time for a couple of plays.
I was getting ready to say that kickoff return, cost 5 seconds right there.
Now, the other thing we talked about, the wide receivers at 6'3" and 6'2", they've been able several times tonight to go up and get the ball. Also, we had a couple strange defensive pass interference calls. We hope that doesn't happen. But here we go from the 41 or 42. Huntington player is still down with 11 seconds remaining. And the Huntsmen come all the way back. They lead at 35-34. What a ball game. Huntington leads, and they've overcome over 100 yards in penalties tonight.
Yes, they have. I think that's a shout-out to the coaches, and they have a bunch of returning players, right? And we talked about before the game, they finished the season strong last year. And they had all their starters returning except for one. And, they maintained their poise throughout the game. They could have easily put their head down and quit 2 or 3 different times, Greg, but they didn't. They kept battling, and they come up with a huge play, forcing the fumble there with about 2 minutes and 7 seconds to go. They recover, and then they drive right down the field to score a touchdown with 16 seconds.
Helping off the injured player. Looks like 45?
55, I believe.
That would be Caden Birchfield, one of their offensive linemen. Well, here we go. 42-yard line.
Does Eastern have any timeouts?
Well, they used one.
I feel like they have one left.
Kick. I'm not sure if they have any or not. From the 42. Manley looking. Now he's going to scramble. Scrambling to his right. Throws it deep down the right sidelines, and it is caught at the 15-yard line with 2.8 seconds. Good coverage. Dalton Nichols is saying, hey, the guy just kind of shoved me out of the way. They were fighting for position. And the catch was made, and now we come down to one final play.
283 yards for Manley right here. And you have to believe they're not kicking the field goal, right? If they're not kicking the extra point, they're not kicking a field goal.
Wow.
You got
42-8. That was
about
what? A 38.
About a 30, yeah.
Yeah, on the play, it was like, what, 44-yard pass play.
Yeah.
He broke containment. Threw it down the right sideline, and we talked about that. You got wide receivers that like to go up and get it. Nichols had perfect coverage. They were fighting for position. Nichols kind of got shoved away, and the guy went up, receiver, and caught it at the 16, and they got one play left unless there's a penalty from the 16.
Yeah.
So Eastern, well, what
Greg.
16 seconds.
Yeah.
And you're down by one, and to be able to come back here and have a chance to win it.
Keep your eye on Peters. He's the one that's made a couple big plays for him. He just had that huge catch. There's one play left, right? You don't care if they get tackled before the goal line. You've got to guard the goal line.
Well, it'd be great to get some pressure on Manley, get a sack.
Well, Rhett Phipps, Carson McNeil, Jackson McNeil, those guys get some pressure on the quarterback right here. As Eastern Eagles got 5 wide receivers.
Yeah, Peters
backfield.
to the right. Bauer to the right. Here we go. 4th down. Manley's going to roll to the left side. Lobs down the middle. It's caught for a touchdown. Oh, are you kidding me? He rolled to his left. He lobbed it in the back of the end zone. And the catch was made. Taylor was trying to get back. He jumped but got over his head.
Who caught that, Greg? Was that Peters?
I couldn't tell.
Wow.
Unbelievable. Oh, 2.5 seconds left in the ball game. Unbelievably, 11 seconds. They go down the field after the kickoff return in 2 plays and score. When we talked about the wide receivers that they had, they were able to lob it down the right sideline to get in position. And then with a 6'6" quarterback rolled to the left, he looked, and to give that guy much time to throw. I mean, Huntington tried to cover as much ground as possible. They had guys back there, but they didn't have the gut lobbed over their head into the back of the end zone. The catch was made. And Huntington with an unbelievable comeback. Looked like they had it won 35-34, and they lose it 40-35. Wow, what a game. The Thompson Insurance SVC Game of the Week. Eastern 40, Huntington 35. Back with a wrap-up after this. Holy cow.
At Tomlinson Insurance, we've been protecting families, farms, and businesses since 1853. From auto, home, farm, life, or health, we tailor coverage that fits your world. With multiple carriers to meet your insurance needs. Real people, real service, local agents who can answer the phone and care when it matters most. Tomlinson Insurance. Let our history be your future. Call or stop by today.
Integrity. It's a small word with a big meaning, and it's one we hold dear at Ross County Banking Center. That means we work hard every day to do what's right, even when no one's looking. We treat people the way we want to be treated, volunteer in our communities, and keep a watchful eye to safeguard our customers. At Ross County Banking Center, we strive to do that better every day. Find more information on our website, vcnbfamily.bank, or visit one of our physical locations. Member FDIC.
Stressed? Overstimulated? Smash it out at Recreations. Rec plates chaos, creativity, and content. Let's get messy.
From SVC Sports.
Wow,
that was a great game.
That was a great game.
Get the credit for that growth. The relationships that they build. People want to deal with people they can trust. They know, feel connected to. Having the empathy to understand what's going on in someone's business or personal lives and how you might be able to help it. I think our customers expect that, want that, and truthfully, they deserve that.
All at Kingston National Bank.
Looking for a job that works with your life? Your local McDonald's is now hiring. Join a team that's all about flexibility, growth, and a fun, fast-paced work environment.
At McDonald's,
I'm loving it.
Well, we are back, and tell you what, it was an unbelievable finish. And Huntington, boy, they probably deserve better. They overcome so much. 80-yard drive for the Huntsmen in less than 2 minutes after forcing a fumble, scoring a touchdown with 16.7 seconds, I believe. And the extra point kick by McDonald, they're up 35-34 with 16.5 seconds. The kickoff return to the 42, 58 yards to go in 11 seconds, and Eastern did it. I do know how they did it. 2 passes, and they scored. And the first one was a biggie. The first one was a 43-yard pass, rolled to the right. And what they were able to do, and we did mention still with 11 seconds, they've been able to throw the ball up in the air. Their receivers were 6'3", 6'2". They had a height advantage. I was kind of on the officials all night. I give them credit on the first pass of 42 yards. And Nichols and the receiver, their good receiver,
Peters,
they were battling, and they didn't throw the flag. I thought both guys were battling for the ball. It looked like that Nichols had inside position, and then when the ball was in the air, he kind of got on the backside of the receiver. The receiver got in front of him, high-pointed and made the catch. Clock stopped, and you're at the 15-yard line, and it didn't – what do you do if you're Huntington? And I think they tried to rush 3 or 4, cover everybody else. They had a lot of coverage, but the receiver got in behind him, right under the goalposts. And, give credit to the quarterback. The guy's 6'6". He didn't play football till last year. And he's 6'6". He had great vision of the field, and he just lobbed it over the Huntington defender, lobbed it right under the goalpost, and the guy makes the catch, and you lose the game. So what a game, dude. That's a tremendous game, Jim.
Yeah, it was. That play that ended the game right there, I think that was the second touchdown throw that Manley had in that same manner, and he had 1 or 2 other throws during the game where he can just see over top, and he just lobbed the ball, and it was over top of Taylor both times, and there's nothing Taylor could do about it.
He tried to jump.
Yes, it was just – you got to give credit where it's credit is due right there. The quarterback made a heck of a throw, a heck of a play, and I'm telling you, this is a high-quality football game for Eastern, a D7 school, Region 28, and Huntington, a D6 Region 24 school. This was one heck of a football game, Greg. You're heartbroken. If you're Huntington, it's going to be a long bus ride home. If you're an Eastern Eagles fan, you're having a great Friday night. Whatever there is to do down here.
You're an Eastern fan. You thought you were done.
Absolutely. It got dead silent over here. And then all of a sudden, you hear the little cowbells ringing and everything else. And the one thing I'm going to say, and then I'll let you talk more, and then we'll get back to stats, is if you're a fan of Huntington, you have nothing to be ashamed of tonight. I'm telling you right now, just watching them tonight. This is not the Huntington football team of last year or several years ago. They have several weapons. Frankie Hirsch does a great job out there. Isaac Taylor running the ball, really strong kid. Dalton Nichols both ways, offensively, defensively, wide receiver, cornerback, great athlete. I really love the McNeil kid.
Yeah, you did.
They have athletes all over the field. Evan Thomas, the huge touchdown
on the last
catch.
drive.
He had 2 catches for like 60 yards
pass.
there, right there.
Wow.
This is not a team that you're going to look over if you're in the SVC, because they're going to come to play. And I got the chance to talk to Coach Beeler a little bit over the summer. I said earlier, and I was texting him back and forth a little bit this week, and I really like what he's doing with this program. Huntington's one of those schools people buy in, right? The township, that they buy into that mentality. They got a good group of athletes right now. He's done a great job getting those kids in the weight room. He's got them wanting them to come out here Friday night and play football. And I know it's very heartbreaking right now. You thought you had the game won, but man, I really felt like 2 or 3 times they could have put their head down and quit, Greg, and they kept battling, and they made the huge play, the big drive down the field. They have a lot to be excited about this year out in Huntington Township.
Well, in the second half, that old score at the end of the first half, Eastern, and then I go back to that play where Huntington stopped them on 4th down, and a tough interference call gave Eastern another chance. They go up 20-14 at the end of the first half. Got the ball to start the second half, drove it down, 12-yard touchdown run by Manley, the quarterback. And they went up by 2 scores, 28-14. Hamilton scored his 3rd touchdown of the night, got Huntington back within 1. Back come Eastern. They went from the 32, drove down the field, a 1-yard run, 34-21. Huntington came back, and, of course, that's when they went for 2. Hirsch went down the field, a 5-yard touchdown run, and made it 34-28. Eastern drove down the field. Huntington forced the fumble, got it to the 20-yard line, I believe like 1:40 remaining, and they went 80 yards. 2 big pass play, 1 huge pass play on 1st down to Nichols from the 20 out into the territory of Eastern, about their 40. Then Hirsch had a couple magnificent runs, scrambling, running, getting to the outside, and finally a 2-yard touchdown pass to the sideline to Evan Thomas again. And Huntington, extra point kick by McDonald. 35-34, 16.7. And they lost the ball game. Give credit to Eastern. And, of course, their quarterback, Eric Manley, the 6'6 quarterback, able to hit that huge pass after the kickoff return down to the 20 and then the touchdown. I still don't know who scored the touchdown pass, because when he caught it, there was 1 million people piled in the middle of the end zone. You couldn't tell.
I'm going to assume it's number 1. He's out there with Manley right now. You know what? Let's take a few minutes here and talk about Manley. That's probably one of the best quarterbacks we're going to see this year, Greg.
Yeah.
6'6", great vision, great arm, and man, he had a heck of a ball game tonight.
Yeah, he did. Tremendous. So the
299 yards passing.
The final was 40-35, scoring with no time on the clock. It was just 2.5 seconds when they ran fourth down. That was at the 15-yard line. I said to 20. But from the 15, Manley rolled to his left. And again, you're looking for those 6'3", 6'2" wide receivers. And if it was the running back, Montgomery, in the back of the end zone, and he got back there and lobbed it in for the touchdown. A lot of big stats tonight, a lot of penalty yardage. Huntington overcame it, and looking at the numbers there, Jaron.
Yeah, let's start off with Eastern. 455 total yards offense tonight. They did not score a touchdown on 2 drives. Those were 2 turnovers, but they were both down here in the red zone. They threw an interception from the 11. The fumble was at the 20. They moved the ball up and down the field all night. 455 total yards. Had their quarterback Manley threw the ball 21 times, 299 yards passing, 1 interception and 2 touchdowns on the night. Running the football, number 13 Kelly had 3 carries for 5 yards. The running back Montgomery, number 1, 20 carries, 70 yards. Really had a better second half than he did the first half. And then Manley ran the ball 6 times for 23 yards. And then you start looking at their receiving yards. They were led by number 6, Peters tonight, 5 catches, 133 yards. Montgomery, 4 catches, 39 yards. The big touchdown right there at the end of the game. Webb, 2 catches, 55 yards. Kelly, 3 catches for 55 yards. He had a couple big plays for the Eagles. And Bauer, 2 catches for 17 yards to round out Eastern's receiving. Had them for 15 first downs tonight. I don't know how accurate that is. I kind of got carried away with the game. I think that's that's understandable if you were here or watching the game. 6 penalties for 33 yards for Eastern. You flip over to Huntington. They ran the ball 33 times, and they had got to add that up there. They had 153 yards rushing. 63 of those to Frankie Hirsch, 73 of those to Isaac Taylor. Wes Hamilton had 25 yards rushing on 9 carries. Evan Thomas, 3 carries, 9 yards. And Troy McDonald, 1 carry, 8 yard. 2 turnovers for the Huntsmen defense, an interception by Dalton Nichols. I'm not sure who had the fumble recovery there at the end, but a huge recovery. Receiving for Huntington, you had Dalton Nichols, 3 receptions, 53 yards. Carson McNeil, 2 receptions, 56 yards. Isaac Taylor, 1 reception for 26 yards. And Evan Thomas, 2 receptions for 43 yards. Had them for 13 first downs. And, probably the stat of the game, Huntington, 13 penalties, 112 yards. So you're talking about an 80-yard difference in penalties. And, they seemed like they came at inopportune times. Roughing the passer on an incomplete pass on 3rd and long, the 4th down play right there before halftime.
They stopped them and they called pass interference, gave them another chance, and they were just inopportune times, plus over 100 yards. And for Huntington to come back and be leading 35-34 with 16 seconds after all the things that went wrong, particularly penalty-wise, it was amazing. And they just weren't able to hang on to it and give the credit there at the end on the pass for Manley. And we think that
we think Montgomery.
Yeah, I think Montgomery, the running back, was in the back of the end zone and made that catch for the winning touchdown. Well, I think, Jaron, we shall say that's it for the night. And what a ball game tonight! Tremendous Tomlinson Insurance SVC Game of the Week. Next week, we will be at Westfall. It'll be Circleville Tigers, Westfall Mustangs from Pearson next week on our Tomlinson SVC Game of the Week. Thanks to all of our great sponsors once again. Tomlinson Insurance, your local McDonald's restaurants, Ross County Banking Center, Chillicothe Signs and Screen Printing, Greenwald Lawn and Landscape, and The Lunchbox, Recreations, Kingston National Bank, and Monroe Collision. Speaking of Monroe Collision, we will present our Monroe Collision of the game, and that was, I believe, Rhett Phipps, right?
Yeah, we're going to go with Rhett. He had a really big hit there. I think that was the second quarter.
It was in the first half.
First half, yeah. Huge hit right there on a run by Montgomery. Just kind of stood him up and drove him back. Big hit by Rhett. I'm going to try to hunt him down here before I get out of here.
All right, so that's our Monroe's collision of the game to Rhett Phipps of the Huntsmen. Well, thanks to all of our great sponsors we just mentioned. Thank you to obviously Jaron for helping me out, Vanessa, George back at the studios for keeping us straight and helping us get through another night of SVC football. That'll do it from Eastern High School in Pike County. And one more time, scoring on the last play of the game with no time on the clock. Eastern comes from behind after Huntington's tremendous 14-point comeback to take a 1-point lead, but the final 40-35, the Eagles over the Huntsmen. Have a great weekend, everyone. Stay safe. We'll see you next Friday night from Westfall. Good night.
Thank you for watching SVC Game of the Week.